Welcome to the first 11. Apologies for being late. I promise you it was none of our fault. It was nothing to do with us, and it was nothing to do with me. Hopefully the man whose fault it was will be on in a bit, and we're going to give it to him.
Yes.
We're going to do a bit of Q&A. We've got Monstar coming in at some point when he gets back to his computer. First thing I want to talk about, actually, this annoyed me today, was the Arsenal fans. Actually, like, they weren't going to be a topic at all. I wasn't going to talk about them. We have to talk about this. Did Arsenal batter Man United in the Man United game? Man United Arsenal. Did they come? Jem, I want to come to you because, and be honest, did they batter us?
The first half they outplayed you. Tactically, they were better than you. They've done something that I haven't seen Arsenal do ever, which was press. They usually tend to sit back and play a counter, and they didn't that game. They pressed you, and they made you make mistakes. The second half, I would say it was probably you guys. I would say it was a bit more you guys than them. All right, they got the pen and that, but no, they did not in any way batter you. You can't play 11 men behind the ball football and dominate and batter teams. Yes, they beat you individually across the pitch with players, but it weren't like a battering, like a humiliation. So I don't know what they're talking about, to be honest.
No, I agree. I see a battering as Spurs. No. Spurs was a battering. Ads, what about you?
Well, obviously, tactically, they did get it right. I'd say I got it right. And obviously, because of the shade in the midfield and how poor they were, it made it look like they were taking full control. They did not take full control. I've said this to Jem. They did not, because if they did, then they'd be slapping us 4-0 if they actually did take full control. I'd say on like a rating level, like for example, like a battery charge, I'd say they only went up to like 60% in my opinion. They didn't even do much. That penalty was their saving grace that game. So no, they did not dominate us. I just think that goal was they got given a goal. That's what I'm gonna say. They got given a goal. It made it look like they dominated us because their midfielder was just outclassing ours, and it just came across like that. But they did not dominate us. No.
I agree. Like for me, that was painful as a United fan. That was a painful game to watch everywhere. Yeah. Like the midfield, they just disappeared. They didn't even show up, actually.
Yeah.
But then the biggest mistake was Pogba giving away the penalty, and that's the game's won. Without that, that's a draw. And if I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm thinking they were obviously there for the taking. It was just up front where they produced nothing, really. I know they hit the bar in there a couple of times, but when a team plays that badly, that's when you should dominate them. And when I say dominate, that's got to be 3-4-0. Yeah, that's what a domination is. But yeah, that's
They didn't take their chances, did they? Let's be serious. Yeah. I mean, oh, here he is.
Here he is.
The culprit.
Here he is.
Mate, you're useless. You know that. You're actually useless.
You have explaining to do, mate.
Yeah, come on.
I said I would be late coming in. I did.
Yeah, but you didn't say we'd all be late coming in.
We'd be late. It was sitting there staring at a blank screen for 20 minutes, mate.
Yeah. I said I would be late. Sorry.
It's okay. We're here now, Prime.
It's not snow. No, don't let him get away that easy.
All right, relax.
Prime, I'll ask you. We're talking about Arsenal. Me and Jem have just been on a gal show, and a lot of the Arsenal fans. Yeah, Jem did, and I was in the comments arguing with a few fans that were saying that Arsenal dominated Man United. Would you say in the Man United game they dominated?
No. I think Man United were so poor in that game that it was just easy. I think Thomas Partey, people say he pocketed Pogba and Bruno and stuff. I don't think so, because there were moments in that game where Partey had sloppy passes and stuff and was losing possession. And if someone takes a shot, I think that there was a moment where Partey loses the ball and Pogba has a chance, or he should have had a chance. And if that goes in, it's 1-0. Who knows? The game gets worse for Arsenal. It ends up being 2, maybe it's 3. And all of a sudden, it's a terrible performance. So I don't think Arsenal did anything particularly well. They got 1 goal, sloppy mistake from Pogba giving away that penalty, and then they parked the bus even more so than they were in that game. So it's not a tactical masterclass, right? They weren't going up against, Liverpool or City or anything in their pomp, or prime Barcelona. It was Manchester United a team that Arsenal fans don't rate. They don't rate Ollie as a manager, so I don't see it as a big achievement.
Yeah, this is true. This
Facts.
is true. How do we think? Because none of us are Arsenal fans, but Arsenal are.
Good.
Arsenal, I think, are going to really struggle this season. Like they've got to do a lot. I think that they're so far behind the traditional top six. Like they've got a tough run of games coming up, and I've heard Arsenal fans saying that they're going to win their next 4 games. Like that's including the North London derby. Like
I don't know what planet they're on. I think they're on something called Planet Cuckoo Land a lot of the time. I was just on the Gals channel, right? And I was sitting there telling them out of the next 5 games, I expect 5 points. They went, that is disgusting. How can you say that? And we've given ourselves 10 points. So tell me what games you think you're actually winning. Well, we'll beat Leeds away. We'll beat Southampton. We'll beat Spurs. I was like, are you using Cuckoo Land? You just lost 3-0 to Villa. Like you ain't got a plan B. You only know one way of playing. If he does not score, talking about the Aubameyang, then you have no one else in that squad that's providing goals. So where are these 2 and 3-0 wins coming that you're talking about if he ain't scoring?
Yeah, you say Aubameyang is the only one who can score. Lacazette has more goals than him this season. So
Does it? Well, then, all right, fine, even worse. So who's scoring then?
And Aubameyang hasn't even been that good recently either. Aubameyang hasn't been that good either. And all of us, I think, Prime, I think you were there. I think, we all were. Obviously, heard a gal saying that Lacazette's a massive upgrade from any winger that they've had or any attacker that they've had in the past 4 years. Like Danny Welbeck is an upgrade from Lacazette.
Remember when Gal said, when was this?
This was
the day of the Arsenal against Villa, but it was before the game. Igal said that Lacazette would do more than Firmino in Liverpool's team.
That's not hard.
Yeah, I remember.
No. But I think But what he meant was prime Firmino. So like 2 seasons ago, when he was doing all this false 9 stuff and getting the goals, he was saying that Lacazette would do more work, which I don't see.
Agreed. Lacazette needs to go back to France. Really, that he needs to be in that type of league. I don't think the Prem's his cup. Do you know what I mean? Like some players are just not suited to the Prem. They're just not. You'll see them fly in Europe and other leagues, but the Prem's a tough league to be in. You've got to think quick in the Prem. There's top players played at a fast pace.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal are in trouble. I really think they're in trouble. I can't. I said from the window, I don't think they can get into the top 6. That's before we even kicked the ball. Like
nope.
And everyone say, Arsenal fans telling me one of the biggest problems is Aubameyang playing out wide. Right, the guy's a world-class striker. It's the players around him. Werner seems to be doing all right from the wing.
It's true, yeah. But then they'll go, we haven't got the quality, and then I'll be like, but that ain't true. You got people like Saka, who they're saying is the up-and-coming new blimmin' whoever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Coming in, and then you've got.
I ain't seeing that right now.
Yeah, but then they bought Thomas Partey. All right, he's not a creative player, but he's meant to be box to box, which means he drives forward with the ball, and he should be creating openings for him as well. It's not our fault that they're playing their best striker out of position. Do you know what I mean? They should be playing it through the middle. Here's
the thing, though. Aubameyang's not even a striker. He's been playing out wide the majority of his career.
He's always been a wide.
Emery played him out wide. Arteta now plays him out wide, which all Arsenal fans rate. Wenger played him out wide. When he was at Dortmund, he played out wide as well. When are people just going to realise he's not a striker?
I think he is. I think he should be a striker.
But that's my thing though.
Not a lone striker anyway. He can
with
play
your
at
point,
2, but he can't play up on his own.
Like with the facts that Werner's doing better than him on the wing, and he's literally just come to the Premier. Arsenal fans are like, oh yeah, no, don't overrate Werner. And at the start of the season, they're gonna like, oh yeah, what the fuck's he gonna do for you? It's clear that he's actually doing something in a position he shouldn't even be doing it in. So I think Arsenal fans just accept that there's a difference between there's levels, and then there's step. There's another step.
It goes,
and he's completing his goal right now. So.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what's worse? The fact that They paid him 350 a week, so he is now what? He's the top earner in the Premier League. All this hype about him being world class. He scores a goal in the FA Cup final against Chelsea, scores against City in the semi-final, scores against Liverpool in the Community Shield, and all this gas about he turns up in these big games and everything. Where was he against Villa? Where was he against Leicester? Against Man United, fair enough, he scored the penalty, but other than that, what did he do in the game?
Let's be fair here. Aubameyang, since he's been at Arsenal, has done a lot more good than he has bad in my eyes.
Yeah,
I think he's a very
100%.
good. If they didn't have him last season, they would have finished 13th, 14th, 15th without his goals. And let's just face that. All right. Yes, he's not having the greatest of seasons for whatever reasons. It's probably for me. I think personally, formation, the way Arteta lays out his tactics.
I think it's deeper than that.
But
I think it's a lot deeper. I think he's when you're a top player, right? And he was at Dortmund, and what were Dortmund doing? Winning or challenging for the league?
Yeah, they were challenging and winning. Well,
strikers need to be kept hungry, and Max made a comment saying that Aubameyang's a striker. He's not just a striker; he's a world-class striker for me. I think he's a top player. He does influence the game. He's going to influence the game more from out wide for Arsenal than he would up top. You don't want him holding up the ball. You want him running at players, or you want him running at goal, ghosting in. They don't have that number 10. They don't have that creative midfielder in behind. So what Lacazette's job is to hold the ball up, really.
He can't even do that, can he?
No, in terms of Aubameyang, he's gone from challenging for titles to a club who haven't really invested in the market in terms of attacking players, put on a massive wage, huge wage. What's going to make him hungry? There's no one there. There's no one's going to replace him. He starts every single game if he wants to. Yeah. Like, they have to be kept hungry and sharp. You have to do that. I think he's just comfortable. I really think he's comfortable.
But do you blame him? At the end of the day,
no.
If a Barcelona would have came in for him, he would have gone. He would have definitely gone. Definitely. But 100%. The fact that they haven't, he's not going to go backwards from an Arsenal. So why not just get paid more by them? And like you said, he's probably comfortable. He hasn't got no competition. There's no one really keeping on his edge. You look at Chelsea. All right, we've got Timo Werner, but he knows that Tammy Abraham's there who can turn up and play a couple of good games, or Giroud who can come off the bench and show an impact. So there's always that. Do you know what I mean? There's always that like other person. So I don't know, mate.
I just want to say this now. Can I just say this now, right? Partey and Aubameyang are not Arsenal material. They are not Arsenal material. They, as players, they set higher standards. They should not be at Arsenal right now. I know Partey, his quote, he said, I want to be part of the reason why Arsenal get taken back to where they need to be, right? And he said that's what he came to do at Arsenal, right? The standards that they set as players, they should not be at Arsenal. The current form Arsenal have been in for the past few years just shows that they really shouldn't be there. And the talent's just being wasted there. Because I haven't seen anything from Aubameyang this season so far. And I don't really think I will see anything from this season at all. But let's just hope he powers through and actually channels in that he needs to play well. It's not his fault because the system's defensive, but it's still no excuse to be.
I love that comment. I love that comment.
It's not fair for the Arsenal fans to be saying, "Oh yeah, Timo Werner's overrated. He's trash," when he's just shut them up because he's playing on the wing and he's still dominating the game. You know what I'm trying to say? So,
yeah.
I don't want to get into a conversation of who's better, Werner or Aubameyang. I don't even hear people saying that. I don't think people should be comparing the two. I don't even think they should be comparing the two.
No, I don't think it's a comparison, because for me, Aubameyang is still a much better striker. I think Werner's got a way to go yet before he can be put in that category. It's over a period of time that I judge Aubameyang, and he's done it for a long time now, you know.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is right now this season, the biggest difference between it's not the players themselves. I think you've got to look. Werner's got a lot of quality around him. That Chelsea side is looking good. Like, Chelsea fans are happy. Am I wrong? Like, we're happy.
Yeah, I think the words, I'd say happy, but more just settled at the moment. I'm not too much one way or the other. I'm liking what I'm seeing. If we can continue playing the way we are, and we can get to December I'm expecting us to lose a game here and there. It's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? But if we can continue with the same sort of the output that we've had the last 5 or 6 games, then I think it leaves us in good contention to at least compete. I'm not going to sit here and say I think we can win the league, but I just think that we've got as much chance as probably everyone else. So Liverpool's the Man Cities at the moment because we've got squad depth. We've got a big squad depth.
I've said to Prime before, I think you've probably got the best squad depth in the league.
Yeah.
Right now.
It's a big thing, man. Like it's a big thing. Like you look at the you look at all the players, the quality as well, man. The quality is like on point, and I feel like Lampard's done a really good job.
The thing is, we always take a little bit of the piss out of Mason Mount, but what a player to have to come off the bench if he ain't starting. Do you know what I mean? Or Tammy Abraham, or even Olivier Giroud to a degree. If we didn't have Olivier Giroud last season, we wouldn't have got fourth because he was the one that was getting us goals. You know? So there's always quality on the bench, and it's good, like you said earlier, Indiana, you've got to have competition across all of these positions. Arsenal haven't got that. Do you know what I mean?
I look at this current Chelsea team, and barring maybe a few players, I wouldn't be overly concerned. Like, for example, if we had Mount playing in midfield, or it was Kovacic or Jorginho or whoever, I wouldn't be overly concerned. If we had to play Werner out wide for some reason, and Tammy plays up front, or Giroud, or we can't play Pulisic for whatever reason, I'm not overly concerned. If Thiago Silva can't play, as long as it's Suma and Tomori, I'm not overly concerned. I know Chilwell's, I don't know if he's 100% out or not, but if he can't play at the weekend, I wouldn't be overly concerned about that, because I think Emerson, for one game, he can do a job. We also have Ashley who can play left back, and maybe that negates some of the attacking quality from the left hand side. But he can do a job. It's the squad depth that we actually have.
Yeah,
I think the only place that, even if Mendy gets injured, it worries me with Kepa. But the fact that Peter Cech's come out of retirement just puts a little bit of hope for me, like that he will probably be the next one in goal. Do you know what I mean? Out of the goalies, but we'll have to see.
That's a fair point. Yeah. I mean, apart from Man United, who I still like, for me, they're nowhere near firing Man United.
Yeah,
like you haven't played any top sides.
No.
Yeah, we have no real competition yet. Do you think you can play the same style of football against Man City's and Liverpool's? Is Frank gonna have to change it up for those?
Jamie can go.
I think there's always a rule. When it's working for you, don't change it, do you? But I think when you're playing against a team that maybe has a bit more quality, you maybe have to play around with a little bit of certain positions. I'm not saying completely change the formation and do an Arsenal and play 5 at the back, and the players wouldn't be used to it because they've just not been playing like that. I'm talking about keeping the same sort of tactic, but instead of having 2 8s, maybe have a Kovacic and a Kante with a Havertz in front as the one. I'm saying, the man. So we might need to be a little bit more. We might have to be a little bit more defensive and help protect the back line. Or you might try and say, do you know what? No, we don't need to. I haven't seen a lot from Man City, Liverpool. Why are we going to be scared of them? We've got good players. We'll play Kante holding, the 2 in front, Havertz and Mount, and we're going to go for it.
Friday, Friday is Fraud Watch.
You're the king of the frauds.
Friday Fraud Watch. I'm looking forward to that. That should be really good Fraud Watch. As I think it's going to be a laugh at.
I want to see it, Indiana. I want to see us play with Kante on his own and then the 2. I just want to see if it works. Maybe if it works, it does. If it don't, it don't. At least we can say we tried it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've been saying I don't think it can work, but again...
Are you saying as a DM?
In the big games, because I think tactically in the big games it could be found out. And I don't even think that's necessarily a Kante problem. I think it's more so a Frank problem, maybe. But again... Like I kept on saying, these the run of games from the last international break until now was games that we should have won. We did. Now we've got to play the likes of Leeds, City, Spurs, Everton. We've got to play Arsenal soon enough, and Leicester and stuff. Let's get through those games and see where things lie. If we're still playing this 2 8s and Kante as a DM and it actually works, then I won't have a problem, and I'll stop talking about buying Declan Rice.
No, you won't. Everyone else will be talking about buying Declan Rice, and you'll be talking about we need to give Jorginho a chance. That's what it will be.
I don't know about Jorginho.
To be honest, the way Frank wants to play, it doesn't suit Jorginho. So I'm okay with selling them.
This is true. Like Kante and Pogba, I thought they were incredible.
Yeah.
For France the other night, it just worked. But that's Kante is good in any side, really.
You
Like-
put Kante, you put Kante in Manchester United with Pogba in front of him and
Oh.
Bruno. That's the best midfield in the world.
Yeah,
For me.
it's
Like
on.
you ain't
Yeah,
beating
definitely.
that midfield. You know what I mean? You got
100%.
And Pogba's available right now, isn't he?
yeah, apparently
not going
so.
into that.
Well, PP looks like PSG. You might go to PSG.
Roman, let's do some business.
I'm telling you, Roman and the media are going on fraud watch, man. No, I'm not having it.
Roman.
Oh, sorry. Not Roman. Actually, yeah, let's put Roman on fraud watch. Spending all that money and buying the leagues and all that.
Let's put Ed Woodward on fraud watch.
Yeah.
Where was Sancho?
Fabrizio's
Speaking
going
of
on
Sancho.
fraud watch. I'm telling you. I can't believe some of the stuff that's coming out in the media about Pogba. Like, why can't the guy just be happy?
Yeah.
I'm telling you
lads,
now, if the guy was caught
I'll tell you
on film
something now.
rescuing babies from a burning building, the next day he'd be in the paper for lighting the fire.
I know.
That's what
I know.
happened.
I said that
That's how
earlier,
bad it is.
didn't I?
And what's mad is Pogba is probably the media shouldn't be attacking any players, but there are so many players that you could actually go for and attack and somewhat justify. You could go for Mason Mount broke lockdown. For example, Greenwood and Foden breaking lockdown with international duty and stuff like that. You could go for those players. But yeah, Pogba, who all he does is dance and sing and stuff with his brothers and his mother and stuff like that. Like, he doesn't actually do anything is
do you know what
to be
else
talked
is
about.
Yeah,
do you know what
definitely.
else it is though as well, which is annoying me? It's not all right. He gets criticised a lot off the pitch, but he also gets criticised a lot on the pitch as well. And I've seen games where Man United, from 1 to 11, they haven't performed, but Paul Pogba will be instantly targeted for his performance.
Yeah.
And I get it because he's a world class player and you expect more from him. But I don't see the same level of anger towards Bruno because Bruno has that good game, say 2 games ago, and then they expect him to have a bad game. But with Pogba, like I'll give you an example, the Man United and Arsenal game. Yeah, I know he gave the penalty away, and that's wrong. But Bruno was non-existent that game. He was non-existent the whole game. Paul Pogba, every time I watched him playing out in a position in which he didn't look very comfortable in, at least like was trying to do something with the ball. Like he was getting in the box trying to do 1-2s. Like I thought he had a better game than what Bruno did, other than barring giving away the penalty. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like he gets criticised so much all the time. It's like
it's not even
a bit
that.
unfair.
It's not even that. It's targeting. It's targeting, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why now. I'll tell you what's the switching on. They were switching on Eric Bailly as well, saying, "Oh yeah, all you and Paul Pogba do is dance. Maybe you're not even. Maybe you should just not like take your career on as a footballer. You should just become a dancer because they think because they do that behind the scenes as a joke. Like realistically, if the phone, all you have to do is have someone flick on the record button, and then you see them doing that. But that's not a sin, is it, to be having fun when you're in your changing room or outside of the club because they can do whatever they want. And I think Bailey's leaving United. I feel bad for him. He's injury prone, but he has to go now because he's not going to have any future with us. So I think Bailey's done. And it's very sad because I actually like him. I think he had so much potential as when he actually first came into the club, but he's injury prone and he's not going to make no progress. So I think he's going to go, and I don't think Pogba's going to stay too long after him either, which is sad because they're two talented players.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with Bailly, Chelsea have got it with Ruben, the Loftus-Cheek. They've got the same thing, like a talented player who just cannot stay fit. Just seems to be injury after injury. But yeah, I mean, the hardest thing, I mean, Chelsea might be able to do it because they'll be happy to get some money rather than nothing. But United, again, I keep saying it, we've been trying to get rid of Phil Jones for 5 years. Like they're not going to give players away for free. They just don't do that. So you'll end up with another player on the wage bill just sat there, in the medical room, probably playing Xbox, FIFA. I expect with Phil Jones and Marcus Rojo
playing golf.
Yeah, playing golf, whatever they're doing. It's ridiculous. Like,
but
people moan
Indiana,
so much about us not buying players. We don't even get rid of the ones we don't want.
Yeah, I know. I hear
in my opinion, I feel like Bailey's better than Rojo and Phil Jones combined. So it's a different story. That's actual talent being wasted. Them two never had talent. Well, Phil Jones did. He had a little bit of talent, a little bit of potential, but it just flew away because, like, he's someone who can't really really produce himself with the facts and understand that he's not good enough. Manchester United is a club they should never have been brought into.
Look, Phil Jones is not a Manchester United player. He is. He might be a Premier League club player, but he's just not a top 6 player. He's more
And
like
a title winner.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? He's not. It's like for me. This is my argument with Ross Barkley, and people hate it when I say it, but he's not he's not a Chelsea player. Like he's good at Aston Villa, he's good at these places, but in a top club like us, he's just not good enough.
Colin, let's be honest with ourselves, man. We wanted him, and we Woodward just carried it on because he thinks that all of our fan base are 12-year-olds, and now they're the ones complaining about it now. So look at the mess we're in. But
Dan James is a good example as well. For me, Dan James is not a Manchester United player. Like
not good enough.
It's not that he's not a good player. He's just not. He's not good enough for Manchester United. He needs to go and play for a Villa or a Leeds or someone like that, where they probably get the best out of him because of the way they play, style they play as well. So I don't know, man.
I agree. Dan James is another one.
I think his career's over, man. He's been an embarrassment, bro. And the majority, and the reason why
he's still young. He's still really young.
Yeah, but all I'm gonna say is, Indiana. Yes, he can still do that, but you just look back. If you ask anyone, oh yeah, what's Phil Jones done? Like, I want to see what this guy's about. Like, what's this Brit saying? You just look at what he's done at United. That's literally just all they're gonna say. Is like, oh yeah, you're dead at United. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem, and that labels him as someone who doesn't really rise the game in certain to a certain extent. And we know that at the start, he actually could produce something for us, but then obviously that all tended to fade away when everyone started making memes on him and all that. But that's not really his fault. That's just people who are trolls and just don't care about the player and only care about bagging a few views on Instagram. So I feel bad for him because everyone, all the veterans were saying that they would never want to play against him, and then obviously we see the shambolic display of defending. Because the thing is, Indiana, he always used to start off well in games. But he's an accident waiting to happen, bruv. You know what I'm trying to say? He'll always make a mistake. Either he'll dive in front of the ball with his head, or he'll just get a red card or a yellow card or cost a goal. Like that own goal was just embarrassing for us.
Yeah.
It's not a good example of defending.
He's one of those that he hit a certain level and then just stayed there.
Flopped. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he regressed. I just don't think he progressed at all.
Yeah.
He just stayed at that level. Why pay 15 mil for Dan James when you can bring a kid from the youth setup? I think so. My thinking with Dan James was that we had Martial and Rashford. The club weren't going to spend big at that time on players. So Ollie set up for counter-attack football, and one of the best options he had was paying 15 mil for Dan James, something that the board would actually go for. And if you remember against Chelsea, the start of the season, that style of football really worked. Like he looked good. It suited us. So for 15 mil, if you get a few points out of him and you can come on, I still think he can do a job the last 10 minutes of a game if you're up and just use his pace. He can be an outlet like that. His end product is poor.
Yeah.
But right now, you've got to remember we have no right wingers. I know he's a left winger, but I'd rather the last 10, 15 minutes, if we were 2-0 up, take Rashford off, rest him, put Dan James on. Do you know what I mean? Just throw him on.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though, Indiana.
I don't think 15 mil is too bad, to be honest.
We have a plan set, Indiana. We have a plan set, but the thing is, the facts are he doesn't really use his pace if we actually put him on at that time. You know what I'm trying to say, bro? Because I'll be watching the game. I'll be sitting here. We'll be, I don't know, realistic. Like when we were versing Chelsea, I think he started in that game, and then obviously he came off. But the thing is, that's not the matter. Whenever he comes on as a substitution, he doesn't really bring anything, and that's the thing. He doesn't really use his pace anymore, and that's facts. He doesn't, and he's just wasted himself as a player. And I feel like the club realistically wasted him as a player as well. Because what are you going to expect a kid to do against the likes of like City and their teams there? Because I feel like last season he did start against them in one of the games and he was poor, and then obviously you had to take him off. We brought Greenwood on, and then we started winning and controlling the game. It was the same with one of the games that we had this season. As soon as Dan James came off, people are still making excuses for him, saying, "Oh yeah, he's just a kid. He doesn't know what he's doing." But no, when you wear the Manchester United shirt and you have the badge literally on the right, hand side of your shirt, you're representing the club, and you take the role and you be a man. No crying, no offense, sitting and crying in the corner because you're not playing well. he does stay committed to stuff, but it just repeats the same thing. Like, the thing is, he's just not good enough for United, and that's the sad thing. And I wish he was, because at the start he looked promising. He really did.
Yeah, definitely. Can we bring up the next comment, ads?
What one?
The one before that. There was one before that. We'll get onto that one there.
15 mil. We've got Izzy Palace, but the time, the QPR baller.
Yeah, but I know Dan James came from lower leagues, but you've always got to look at whether they are just gonna come in as a flop. I think what Dan James is and was at the time suited what Ollie could work with. That's the only reason why he was brought in. And I agree, Eze, he looks like he's going to be a great player. He's definitely got it there. If he can keep progressing, if he stays on that path, I think he's going to be a top player. Rank Lampard, Arteta, and Ole as manager.
Can't.
There's no ranking.
Unfortunately, for everybody else who's going to hate this, Ole's won titles. So you have to judge a manager on what he's won. And before anyone says he got Cardiff relegated, they were relegated before he got that job, pretty much.
It's not worth comparing. It's not worth comparing these managers when it's too soon. It's not much to compare it to. What are we comparing it to? There's nothing to compare it to, is there? Other than Ollie's been in the game a lot longer, hasn't he? So
Ollie doesn't even need a trophy for him to be better than Arteta, in my opinion. Because look at the games we've actually won. Look at the games we've won. How well we've actually done with him as managers at times. Not full-fledged potential, but we have done something, which is key. I don't really see, because obviously I really do want Arteta to do well, because I liked him as a player and I like the manager. I just want people to understand that you don't just get this role because you're a legend. You get this role because you're trustworthy and you can actually do something. Arsenal fans just think he's brought in because he's a legend. That might be true, but who knows, man? Who knows? It's Arteta at the end of the day, man. They just think.
I mean, one, Arteta
more of an
isn't
Everton
a legend.
Yeah, but
two, I think the better manager out of the three is the better manager of the three has got to be Ollie. Most of the people might not like that. It is, it's true based on what they've all done in the game, what they've won. Ollie's actually won league titles. He actually knows what it takes.
No, I understand. No.
I think with Arteta, Arsenal fans. I think with Arteta, Arsenal fans are too gassed because they think he will take them to the promised land. And yeah, it started off good with Arteta Cole, but that's called a new manager bounce. Right. It happened with Emery. It happened with Chelsea when we got Sarri, when we got Conte. It happened with United when they got Ollie. But sooner or later, things start to settle, and you have to start actually building and going forward.
Fine. I just want to say one thing. I know he's more than ever. I know he's an Everton legend. I was just saying because most Arsenal fans think he's an Arsenal legend. I was just talking for them because they do think he's a legend at Arsenal. He isn't. I can name 15 better midfielders than him. Standard. He just isn't a legend at Arsenal. More Everton isn't, lads. We can say that.
Yeah, I actually liked him as a player. I actually thought he was quite a tidy, neat player. He had a good eye, great touch. And the one thing I will say about Arteta is that there's something about him. I really think in years to come, if he can make the right club moves, he can actually be a top manager. There's something about him, the way he holds himself. And
I think the thing for me with Arteta, I think the step to Arsenal was a step too soon. I think he should have maybe
send the gal the link, Prime, please. Can you do that?
I think he should have potentially done whatever it is that he needs to do at a lower club than Arsenal in terms of ability and stuff. Got his coaching game up, and then took a big club on like Arsenal. I don't think he's got. I'm not saying that he's not one for years to come, but it just depends what Arsenal fans want, and this is why I go back to expectations. What is your expectation of your manager? Because if you're expecting him to come in and get you fourth and challenge for trophies, don't be shocked if he does the opposite because he's not had the experience. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them ones. You either back him and give him a free, like we're trying to do. I don't know if we are, but 3-year plan for Lampard, which I don't know if Abramovich is going to do now because he's pumped him with loads of money. But do you know what I mean? Like, give him the opportunity. They haven't coached for long enough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you're right. It's not. it's not really the job that you'd want to have in terms of building your career, because that's a tough job.
Yeah, of course
Arsenal
it
is
is.
not an easy
It is.
job. But at
No.
the same time, if you're a manager and a club like Arsenal come up, I know we give them a lot, but they're still a top 6 side. Historically, they are anyway. Like, that's a big job. He ain't no legend. Must be an Everton fan.
Yeah, he's Arsenal. He is, isn't he?
I think Prime's getting the link. He sent the link already. Right,
Surprised
sweet.
Arteta doesn't have a statue at the Emirates. Doesn't take much to be a legend. Exactly. The Arsenal fans saying Aubameyang is a legend.
I honestly think Aubameyang's there because his missus loves London and he's got big bucks. That's it.
London attracts a lot of players just because it's
Yeah.
London. Just because it's London. I'm not going to lie.
Arteta underrated as a player because look at the players who were in Spain midfield. This is true. This is very true. At the same time, you had other players like Juan Mata when he was at Chelsea in his first season at United. He was a top player then. He couldn't get in.
But that's also not an excuse because Arteta was never one of the best midfielders in the Prem.
No,
but I do think he could have done a job in any side. Like,
I mean, Mata, he didn't get into the Spain starting 11, but he was still one of the best creative 10 in the Premier League when he was here.
You can have the same argument with Santi Cazorla as well. He's another one. Like, he was never ever good. He was a very good player, technically very good, gifted, good shot.
Fabregas. We're all forgetting Fabregas here.
Fabregas is the best of what he does.
Here he is.
You know what I mean?
Igal.
My point is, I'm only showing the levels.
Yeah.
What up, Igal?
How we doing, Igal?
We're telling me, Igal, brother. How are you, man?
I'm good. What's up, guys?
Not much, bro.
We were just talking about the fact that Arteta's got a tough job, but I was saying I do think there is a top manager in there. I think he could potentially be a top manager. Whether Arsenal was the right move for him when you're a new manager, because that's, better than us, is a really tough job. But
can I tell you guys who I wanted before? Can I tell you guys who we wanted before we got Arteta, and you tell me if these are big signings? As Arsenal fans, we wanted Allegri. We weren't going to get him. Some people wanted Mourinho. We weren't going to get him. Marco Rosa at Gladbach. That's who I wanted, which I think is a realistic signing. He wasn't going to leave Gladbach. The man who's at Leipzig, he was not going to leave Leipzig, right? So when you think about Ancelotti became available last minute, even him coming to Arsenal was not going to be an option because he's going to want certain backings. So the club, it's easier for them to get Arteta, but at the same time, you have to understand who you're speaking to. You're speaking to American owners who did the exact same thing in the NFL with their coach. They got him as a head coordinator from another team, put him in the job first time, inexperienced, and it did wonders for them. Now they're another Super Bowl contender this year. They could possibly go to the Super Bowl again. They're top of their division in a 3-way tie. They went to a Super Bowl already once, and to them, their whole mindset is everything they do is a copycat. Because in North America, everything's a copycat. So they're copying their formula that's worked for them in another sport, and they think they can bring it to football.
My point was, what I was saying before you came on is I said that I felt Arteta coming to Arsenal was maybe a step too soon. I think because he'd not coached. Like, going into Arsenal Football Club is a hard job as it is anyway. You guys know as fans that there's a lot of stuff going on there at the moment. So for any manager to come in and try and completely revamp that squad and make them a top, make Arsenal a top 4 challenger again is going to be hard. So for Mikel Arteta, would it have been better for him to just have gone to a lower league club, got his coaching experience up, and then jumped onto the likes of someone like Arsenal? Or if not, what is your expectations of him? Because I feel like you've got to give him time. You've got to give him at least a 3-year period to at least get some coaching experience up. Whether you don't get Champions League, whether you don't win anything, you've got to just stick by him, because at the end of the day, you've thrown your eggs in his basket. The guy's got no experience. You know what I mean? He might not do it straight away for you. It might be 2-3 years down the line that you might start seeing things. Do you know what I mean? So what is it what do you think about that? Do you think he's come too early?
I think everybody comes from everyone has the right to say yes, he doesn't have experience, but every top manager comes into a job eventually and gets experience. You don't just jump you don't just go from nowhere to jump in. Let's be honest. So my thing is, Pep Guardiola would have never existed if he didn't get a chance at Barcelona B team to jump straight into Barcelona team. Arteta wouldn't have gotten a chance if he wasn't going from Man City assistant manager to manager. Same thing with Ferguson when Sir Alex Ferguson went straight into that job at over in Scotland from not being a manager. So everybody gets an opportunity somewhere. Yes, he's getting his opportunity at a bigger step, but you know what? It should actually be easier for you as a manager to build your ground and build your way up as a manager when you have the resources at a top club. Unfortunately, we're not acting like a big club. We need to use our resources well.
Yeah.
And the manager who came in when he first signed and the way he spoke is not the man we're seeing today. The man we're seeing today is working with the best that he has. When he first came in, before he's seen the players, everything he was saying was the right things. I want to be aggressive. I want to be forward thinking. I want to be attacking. I want to be this. I want to be that. And if he can get back to that philosophy when he has the right players, hopefully that can happen. Well,
the thing is,
you can't be aggressive with the shit he was landed with, bro. He can't be aggressive with the shit that he has.
but that's the point. That's the point.
When he got landed into the job, look at all the crap that he was delivered with, bro. You're not trying to say like he was landed with that crap squad. So he can't really do much. So that's where I can actually back Arsenal fans who actually back Arteta and say, yeah, you have to give him time. Because how's he going to get every single player that he wants in a short space of time? You know what I'm trying to say? I can back you on that, bro. I can actually back you on that.
The big thing is, right?
I think you guys have set him up for failure.
United fans and Arsenal fans, all of them, they have to unite and back their manager. Because what else are you going to have? You're just going to have the fan bases fighting against each other. Like I've got a stream coming out on Thursday with Danny, Neeks, and KJ about where the energy should go. All this energy towards Ollie out for me is for one, it's laziness. Like it's a lazy thought to think your manager should leave if there's problems at the club. Like that because that's not the fix. That's a lazy thought. You can't be blaming Arteta for what's going on at Arsenal. It's just not possible. It's different. If Chelsea were not getting results, I could understand why the fans would want Frank out because they've had a great window. He's been backed all the way, but that's not been happening at the other two clubs, at United and Arsenal. So for fans to be saying Arteta out, Arteta's got to go, Ollie out, Ollie's got to go, it's laziness. And I do question a lot of that football.
I don't think it is.
It is, Prime. It's a lazy thought.
It is.
It's a lazy thought.
No, it's not. Because if you don't think a manager is good enough and you haven't seen anything in which to believe that he is, then what are you supposed to do?
I agree that
like me personally, I'm not going to back someone I don't fully trust in. Also, I think on the other side, because I think it's two big extremes. You have people who are automatically against Arteta, get him out, which is not necessarily the best thing to do. Then you have the other end of it, where people saying that Arteta is the guy, he will take us to the promised land, he will do this, he will do that, and comparing it to when Klopp first went into Liverpool and everything, and then this big euphoria and gas and hype from the FA Cup, and then beating City in the Community Shield and stuff. And then I keep hearing games being brought up saying, oh, we beat Chelsea, we beat City, we beat Liverpool, we beat this and that. But no one brings up the fact that you didn't beat Spurs, you didn't beat Leicester, you lost to Villa.
Let me ask you a question. Do you see, so in terms of Manchester United, do you see a regression from Ollie, from the previous managers after Sir Alex? Like, has the football gone downhill?
You're not the same team, right?
We're not the same team.
In terms of how you play football, not necessarily. I think how you play football is kind of similar because you played counter-attack with Jose. With Van Gaal, it was more about being on the ball and keeping it, possession. But again, style of play is not, for me personally, I don't have a big deal about, because so long as you're winning games and you're winning trophies, that to me is what matters.
But no one was happy with the Gals. No one was happy with our previous. Maybe Mourinho at times, but a lot of Mourinho was part of the bus football.
He won you trophies, though.
Yeah, he won. And plus, this pack the bus football thing. It's you play counter-attack in big games, because if you don't have better players than the team that you're going up against, it makes sense.
I understand that, but what I don't understand is the argument of we would play better football with a new manager, but people don't want to see park the bus. Like I don't get that. Like I think for Arsenal, Arteta will play a nicer style of football than Emery. I think you'll see more from him than you will from Emery eventually once he gets his signings.
Yeah, and that's true. I have seen
being backed, Prime.
But I have seen a few patterns from Arteta in terms of how they form and play out of the back. But a lot of that, what helped was the fact that Emi Martinez is great from playing out of the back with the ball. Leno is not so much. So I think if they're going to continue doing that, that might be a bit of a hindrance in doing so.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, I want to ask Keshan again about that. What happened there with Martinez and Leno? And were you both surprised it was Martinez who left?
We weren't going to get Partey if we didn't sell somebody, so we sold Martinez.
But what I'm saying is, would you rather have kept Martinez and Leno in?
And not have gotten Partey? You have to look at it from that perspective, because the club paid cash up front for that, and we were never going to get it done unless we got player sales. And the only player sale that we could get conveniently was Martinez, and it just worked out that Arteta put his mind that he said he only wants one keeper this season.
No, I think that's lazy still. I don't think we had to sell Martinez. We could have sold Torreira for a much lower fee than we was asking for. It was just planning and actually doing the right thing. We never seemed to do the right thing, because I would have rather have sold Torreira rather than loaning him out for a lower fee, say 16 mil, and kept Martinez. At least then you're replacing Torreira with another midfielder, rather than selling your best goalkeeper, who you actually saw helped the backline play a lot better. He took pressure off the backline. Yes. He knew when to go long and when to keep it short. With Leno now, it's an hindrance to what we're trying to do at times. I'm not saying it's his fault while we're losing games, because it's not. But at the same time, our forward playing going forward, it hinders us, isn't it? Because he doesn't know what to do sometimes. Sometimes he rolls it, and that slows the tempo down. And then sometimes that kind of get into the player's head, and they second guess themselves.
Definitely. I know that. So one of the best, if not the best partnership in the Prem is debatable in Ferdinand and Vidic. They still say to this day, if they didn't have Van der Sar in goal, they never ever would have had that partnership. The way they trusted that keeper and the way he directed them, that's what made them the partnership they were.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is having a weakness at goalkeeper gives you a massive weakness in defence. Like,
I agree with that.
You've got to trust your keeper.
Yeah, it starts from your keeper. It always does. Trust me.
Definitely.
Kepa, yeah.
And when you look at how he commands his box, like, you don't hear him shout, you don't hear no voice. Like, how can you have the man behind you that doesn't talk?
No, you can't.
Yeah, but I hear that, man. You can't do nothing with that, man. You need someone to be shouting at you, man. You can't not have that, because then people are just going to feel like they can do whatever they want.
This comment from Tish, the crazy gooner. Yeah, but you're still conceding a lot of chances, which is going to lead to you conceding a lot of goals. That Villa game is a perfect example of that.
This is the kind of
question.
Go on, again.
I heard Prime say something earlier, and I genuinely want to ask it and flip it back on you guys. You feel like Arsenal fans are setting Arteta up for failure, but do you feel like there's a genuine high expectation from Arteta from the masses? Maybe not Arsenal fans. Maybe we are putting a lot of pressure on him. I don't know, because I personally, I'm not putting pressure on him. I'm just backing my manager. But if you guys, I want to ask you guys as rivals, from the masses outside of the Arsenal fan base, do you guys feel like we're putting pressure on him?
Yeah,
you do. I think you do. Yeah, I think if you look at the beginning of the season, you said that you reckon you can get Champions League again. You set your expectations already like that for your club.
Whereas the Man United fans,
you said that.
Fans said we'll finish sixth.
My point is this. I said it earlier, right? You have to understand your expectations for your club. Once you do that, it makes things easier. if you sit there and say we're going to get Champions League football and we're going to, I'm not saying you did say that, but you did say he was going to win a trophy, yeah. Then, and it doesn't happen, then you switch and change it. You're not understanding your club's your expectations of your club. Like for me as a Chelsea fan, we've brought all these players in, yeah. I expect us to challenge for the top 3 and win a domestic trophy. Anything past that is a bad season, which I think Frank Lampard will struggle. Will be up in the fire line for. It's understanding your expectations of where you are and where you think your club should be at the end of the season. That's it, and that's what I don't think Arsenal fans do.
I think you have, because I've heard you personally say as well that Arteta will take us to the promised land. The fact that you always compare it with Klopp and Liverpool, and that they both came in at the same time. Arteta has this plan and process and yada, yada, yada. The fact that in the first few weeks of the season, it seemed like every single time coming on the terrace or we do a watch along, you'd find a way to bring it back to Arteta and be like, Arteta's not getting enough praise. He's not getting enough respect. And now you're now saying that, do you think that we put too much pressure on him? Yeah, you do. And that's why I keep saying you've set him up for failure, when I personally have not seen anything for him to warrant this praise.
I feel like you guys are answering my question. My point is, as a fan, I'm going to have high expectations. I don't care what anybody says. But you guys are not putting pressure on us.
Why, though? Why have you got them high expectations? That's what that makes sense.
You guys are not putting any pressure on us because you expect us to get the same or in and around the same places where we finished last season. Let's be honest. If I ask Prime where we're going to finish, he's going to say outside of the top 4.
Yeah, but why are you not saying that?
You're going to say the same thing. You're all going to say that. So are you guys? You guys aren't putting pressure on Arsenal. It's the fans. It's our own fans putting pressure on Arsenal. I get that.
I know.
My answer was,
it's your fan base.
My question was, as outside of the Arsenal fan base, do you hear cries of us getting top 4, or we should get top 4, or it's mandatory, or it's an embarrassment if we don't get it? No, it's our own fans that do that. And you know what? I don't have any problem with that. But that does not mean we're putting pressure. We put pressure on the manager, yes. But the fans that are not Arsenal fans and the mass media, they don't care. There's
but
no
Igal, that is, you're being defensive. You're being defensive. That is our point.
I'm being honest.
You guys are putting pressure on him, on Arteta. That's what we said.
I agree, but the masses don't care.
Cool. It's the same as last. It's the same as how, for example, last season, the masses did not think Frank would even get top 6. There was no pressure on him from everyone. The fact that he got in there was a huge achievement. If Arteta gets in top 4, it will be a huge achievement. Because we do not expect
and there's
him
no
to.
Pressure. Besides
from Royal fans, there's no pressure. From your fan base, there is.
No, but you just said you're speaking, but you're not listening to what you're saying. You just said it as an example about Chelsea. Okay, you gave an example about Chelsea, how the masses did not give any credit to Chelsea, thinking they weren't going to get top 4, and there was no pressure. Now, how are you going to say that same logic, but then flip it and say, but the fans are giving it? The fans always give people their own pressure. It's the masses that matter.
Igal, this is all about
you guys hear what I'm saying? Because I don't feel like
this is all about the fans then. Because we've said you guys have put pressure on Arteta. We've said you guys have put pressure on Arteta. We've said, okay, fine, and listen, we've said that your fans, you guys, Arsenal fans, have put pressure on Arteta, and now you're saying that the masses, rival fans, don't expect him to get top 4.
It still goes back to what I just said.
That's where the pressure is.
What Jim just said is right now.
Hey, listen, it goes back to what I said. Understanding your expectations. Arsenal have not been in the top 4 for how long? 4 seasons, is it now?
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, if they did do it, yes, it would be a surprise to everyone, even to you, Igal. I know you've said, I think we should get Champions League, but I'm sure if you got Champions League, you'd sit there and go, blimey, how did we do that a bit? Like, it'd surprise you because you haven't done it for so long. So
actually, a comment was just made, Jem, that it is possible for Arsenal to get top 4 because this is such a weird season. Like anybody can drop off. The amount of injuries, and like we're seeing now, like with the internationals, all the COVID's coming up, like players getting COVID, they're going to be out. Like, I'd like to know in the comments where people think Arsenal are going to finish this season. I know it's a bit early to call it, but let us know in the comments where
20th.
you think Arsenal are going to finish.
Yeah.
Also, this thing of
I get where you're coming
Arteta.
from.
Also, this thing of Arteta being better than Ollie and better than Frank. The fact that there are Arsenal fans who have said that if Arteta was managing Chelsea, he would win the league. If he's such this great manager, then he should be getting top 4. No.
No,
There's
doesn't
context.
work like
But
that.
why no?
Doesn't work
A
like
great
that.
tactical manager would be able to work with a bad squad
Bro,
and do
that's
something
nonsense.
great. The
No,
fact
I
that Jose
disagree,
said him
Brian.
finishing second, Jose
that
said
is
finishing
nonsense.
second with that Man United team was his greatest ever achievement. I believe that because that was such a bad Man United
I
team.
believe that.
It was a bad
Yeah.
Man United team, but who else was even good at that point, though? Fucking hell.
Okay, cool, but then you can't say that.
No,
Because
you put
that means
context.
anybody who
No,
wins
you
the
have to
league,
put-
you can
put
just say the
context. No.
league was bad that
You have
year.
to put context on it. The reason why I feel Jose said that is because he wasn't far off. Like compared to every other team, he was a lot closer to the title winners compared to everyone else. Everyone else was what, probably like 10 points off Man United, but not that close enough to Man City. That's why he said that.
He said it because it's the truth. I actually know Jose. He actually said that. That's the truth. That was
Yeah,
such
but-
a bad Man United team. Because
It
any
was.
other manager, a lot of other
Wait,
managers of that Man United team
everyone's gonna
don't finish
be honest
second.
apart. He said he knows Jose.
Bro,
You know
that's not
Jose
the
like that?
You look
Yeah,
at all
because
the-
I've actually studied Jose.
No. You
Wait,
know
hold
him
on.
like you got his number?
Who else finished 3rd and 4th that season?
Oh,
I don't know. Do you know?
I can't
yeah,
remember. but
Arsenal to be
I'm-
15th for Christmas. Are
I'm
you
just
reading
saying,
it?
I'm just saying to
Liverpool
you,
City.
those other teams wasn't as good as you lot.
No. It was Liverpool, Spurs, and City who finished with that Manchester United team.
And everyone else was far off Man City.
Chelsea that
Man United
season
was just the
was
best.
in
Man United was
Europa
just the second best. It was just the second best. I don't understand what Jose's even saying there.
I'm still shocked. This man knows Jose, and he doesn't get game tickets.
Well, he is a Spurs fan.
I disagree in it. Your squad, your manager can work wonders, yeah, but your squad has to be off a certain standard for it. And if you look at this team compared to everyone else's team,
And you don't think your squad is at a certain standard?
I
Leno
don't.
gets raved about. Gabriel gets
Oh,
raved about. Tierney
forget
gets
all
raved
about-
about. Saka gets raved
Aubameyang.
about. You
Bro.
have Aubameyang who's supposed to be
Prime.
world class.
Prime.
Pepe is supposed to be class.
Prime.
Lacazette.
Prime.
Willian. Partey.
1 second. Let him
Listen.
talk. Yeah.
listen, yeah.
So getting vexed, bro.
Just
Chill.
because everyone else rates them that, use your own logic. Forget what fans
No,
are saying.
again, no. But here's the, but I just said I'm talking about your fans. My thing is I think you'll finish 7th.
No, but that
that's
wasn't
kind of me being generous.
that wasn't a statement. The statement was what you think of Arteta. If he's that good, then he should be doing that. But use your own logic to it. Don't use what fans are saying. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up.
I just
No,
don't
but
think
again,
you,
but this is not me using anything. I'm asking.
I just don't think
No,
you can.
you're-
Wait, I don't think you can compare Ollie, Arteta, and Lampard because for me they're too early in their careers, and you
No,
can't sit there and go
Ollie's
Arteta's
been
one.
managing for years.
Listen,
All right, yeah, fine. But what I'm trying to say is, all
He's
right,
better than
Arteta
you.
and Lampard, yeah, Ollie's got to be better then because he's won more. Well, he's won trophies. Is that what we're saying? Yeah, but what I'm trying to
No,
get at is
he
you
has
compare.
more experience.
Yeah, all right,
That's it.
fine. But what
He's
I'm trying to
better.
get at is we're comparing them too early. You can't sit there and say, yeah, because Arteta won an FA Cup, he's the best blooming manager.
of course
It's,
not.
you know what I mean? Like, it's too early, man. Chelsea could go at the end of this season and win a Premier League. Then what? What if Lampard does that?
Yeah.
Is he the best? Is he then the best? Like,
Of course,
do you know what I
of
mean?
course he is.
So
Do you
it's
know what
too
I'd love
early.
to happen? I'd love United to win the Prem with Ollie. Not just
Yeah.
not just so we won the Prem, but just so I can sit on the terrace and smile for an hour or so. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Ads
man.
is smile. Ads is smiling today,
Oh,
bro. It's
man.
because we're not talking about United, right? You're happy.
Not talking
Yeah.
about friends.
Yeah, but stress-free day,
Let
bro.
everyone breathe.
Stress-free,
Cash.
bro.
You know
Talking
what?
about the
I love
same
this. I
team.
love the dynamic. It's 2 of each club. Let's be
Yeah,
honest,
yeah.
guys.
It is two
in
of
the
each
last
club.
in the last 20 years, we've had the toughest time. So
Who's
you
been the
guys are
most
still-
successful team in the last 15 years?
It's been
Chelsea.
you guys.
Chelsea.
But
Chelsea.
who's been the best club in our lifetime? It's been Manchester United.
No.
Yep.
Of course.
Depends. What time
course
were
it
you born?
is.
In my lifetime,
Don't be stupid.
Chelsea. He's 2004.
When were you born?
2004 he was born when Chelsea started
Indiana, I
winning.
didn't realize you had
Can I
minors on
finish,
the
or
show.
are we going to keep laughing?
Go on, Prime, talk.
Cool. In my lifetime, I always say Man United just edge it because they have their treble.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Chelsea. I was like,
I know because I'm not deluded. I'm honest.
no.
I
I thought you were born in
Leeds
2004 or something. I was like, what?
Man United can win the league of all this season.
Man United are more likely to win the Champions League.
I can't back that.
Yeah.
Indiana.
Before we continue on, 13 viewers watching. Thank you, everyone who's here. Make sure you go on Twitter, follow First11_TV on Twitter, and anything that you think may be fraud worthy, make sure you hashtag fraudwatch and at First11 on Twitter. And we'll more than likely bring it up on Friday.
Yeah, we're going to bring up as much fraud as you see. So, Fabrizio will be on there, all the media stuff. Anything you see is fraudulent. It's going on there. And O'Shea will be on there.
You guys already talk about Southgate.
O'Shea?
Southgate.
Yeah, O'Shea is the biggest fraud.
Southgate's not a fraud because he's not rated anyway. So
yeah, he's a fraud.
We're gonna go hard on it. Trust me. Friday
he plays
nights,
people like Eric Dyer.
You're a cheat.
Wait, hold on. Okay, wait. Question: what is the definition then of a fraud? Because Southgate is not rated. So
who's the cheat ad?
You can't say he's not rated. He was rated from when we played in the fucking World Cup, bro.
He's dead, bro.
He was rated.
A fraud.
He was rated.
Yeah, but then can I just go back and use what you said and use your?
People call him a cheat.
Frank de Boer, Netherlands manager, the biggest fraudulent manager in world football.
Egal. Go on Twitter and at the account and hashtag fraudwatch. That's what we have to do so we can bring it up. If there's no hashtag fraudwatch, then we can't put it up there.
O'Shea is definitely going on fraudwatch, bro.
Oh, O'Shea
is a fraud. He's a fraud.
He's not a fraud either.
Before this, O'Shea was talking about Leeds not being a big club, and I was like,
that's ridiculous. You can't say that.
I was like, wow.
O'Shea might have to be fraud of the week. I can't even lie.
Yeah.
O'Shea, are you all right?
Yes, Lincoln. Lincoln in the comments. Love to see it.
O'Shea's only just started watching.
To be honest, I think Kroenke's a fraud.
Yo, Barcelona's a fraud. They're trying to buy Mustafi and Rudiger as their first choice centre backs in the summer window.
Fraud. Indiana Glazier's a fraud.
If Klopp doesn't win the league this season, is he a fraud?
No, he's been too much.
Too much what? He's a world-class manager.
Too much turmoil.
He's a world-class
manager. If he wins the league,
it all depends.
Everybody else is frauds.
Hold on. If they can keep Matip fit alongside Fabinho, then he should go on to win the league. But I just don't believe that Matip's going to stay fit enough all the way through Christmas.
Oh my god, what is this comment at, man? Fucking hell, that's your cheat. What does that even mean? How am I cheat?
You've been cheating on your goat, Ab.
Yeah,
I would never do that. I would never do that.
Yeah, that's why
he doesn't have one in the first place.
I would never do that.
That's why he's always in the dark, because he's got him sitting on the bed behind him. He can't see him.
Shut up, bro.
Always looking like
Jam, you better be careful before he makes another compilation of you.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
What's your ethnicity?
Bro, it's just my bed, man. Like in the day, you can see it. I'm gonna get a
you can
see me clearly. I'm the main attraction, bro. I'm the main attraction,
blood. That Liverpool team weren't that good. Not Liverpool. That Madrid team weren't good.
He's not listening, is he?
Talented, but they didn't win much.
This is true. That this Galactico side, they weren't taking the world by storm.
Are we gonna ignore the fact that I asked the man what's his ethnicity and he's talking about his bed?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know, but
we're gonna ignore it.
I agree. But this is why I think it's karma, though. Karma. They was giving it, and I was like, bro, City would be much better prepared to give you a challenge if you had Laporte.
Kesh, that is why I'm saying Liverpool fans don't have an excuse. They should still win the league. They're still my favourites to win it.
No, but I'm using my own logic, though, man. I don't do
cool.
I said this in the window, right? And we were on the terrace and on the other platforms. And I'm talking about this, right? And the whole time, Liverpool fans are sat there with a grin on their face,
Yeah.
just like quietly confident. And I was saying they have to go big in the window. That has to happen. They haven't bought enough. Their goalkeeper's injury prone, for God's sake. Do you know what I mean? And their second's Kepa level. So they didn't do enough. Yeah, he's close. He's close.
They don't
He's
get
not
close
far
to that.
off. He's not far off, Jim.
He's the fraud I'm talking about. That's it. You've just reminded me. Fraud.
Kepa.
Yeah, he's the biggest fraud.
Wait, we're putting Kepa on fraud watch.
Yeah,
I
he
thought we've already
deserves
been
it.
through this.
I know Kai's putting Pepe on fraud watch. I know that.
He's fraud watch.
Has to be for that price.
Aubameyang might be on fraud watch in a few weeks.
Cheat.
Thing is, you can put Aubameyang on fraud watch.
Can't take
Hold on.
it.
You can put Aubameyang. You can put Aubameyang on fraud watch, but come the end of the season, he won't be far off the top goal scorer.
I agree with that. He
won't be far off.
Yeah. It just depends, though, Kesh. If you need to play him up front, man, he's not going to score goals like this. I'm telling you.
I started being cursed with my bed in the back.
Kesh,
nothing,
actually,
man.
I want to ask you this: how do you see the argument that Aubameyang's playing from out wide, but yet Werner's playing from out wide and getting goals?
Yes, they do.
Oh, stop putting that
Look
comment
at it,
up,
look at it this way, though. Even though Werner was getting goals before Ziyech came in for those 2 games, he looked out of place at times. It's only now Ziyech has come in and he's making his game a lot more easier. Arsenal haven't got the luxury of a player to do that right now. And what you're finding out is that a lot of teams have basically figured out the system. Let's be honest, the system works. It's just now a lot of teams have figured it out and they're crowding Aubameyang out.
It didn't
not getting the
last long,
space.
So it don't work no more then.
It doesn't work no more.
Didn't last long, did it? How many games did it last?
No, but ask yourself this. This is what you have to ask yourself. Why is it not working enough? Because this is not a system that he himself knows Arthur. He doesn't know it himself. He just fell up on it and he used it and it worked to his benefit. And now it's like a day-to-day life. You found a method that works for you and now it takes a while. You be stubborn for a while.
Do you really think that's what's happened?
I think that's what's happened.
He stumbled across. Like that's a stretch there, Kesh. Because I find it hard to believe that managers fall upon a formation.
I'm not saying it's like a stumble. He obviously got it from somewhere, but I'm just saying he's not a master of it. It's not like remember he's not been a manager.
Yeah.
He's not been a manager, so it's not something that he's used for how many years where he's got experience and things. Okay, it's not working anymore, so I can tweak a little thing there to get it kicking on again. He hasn't got the experience to do that. And when you look at when he first came in, he wasn't using that.
Compilation
inverted left wing back. I just Lincoln. No,
you know what I think?
I see your argument. Go on, again.
I think there's a level of unpredictability with Chelsea, the way they attack, in comparison to the way that we attack, which can allow Timo Werner and these guys to fit more goal scorers into the team, where we don't have as many scorers and as many difference makers as Chelsea do. So it's a lot much harder for Aubameyang to be playing out of position and get the space in those positions to get the goals.
Yeah, that is true. You ain't got no creative players.
I'm not comparing. So before anyone comes and say I'm comparing Arsenal at the top, I'm not. But if you look at it this way, when Pep, when he first came in, City was good, but they couldn't have won anything without adding these fullbacks. I feel Arteta is just the same way. Like, he needs quality for him to express his football. And he hasn't got that quality.
Do we look related?
He wished anyway.
Yeah, no. We look related, blood.
Not every manager, listen, this is a perfect example. Not every manager can make a bad player look good. Fergie was the only one that was good at that. Fergie can make any poor player, not at first, but that's something he developed over time.
Yeah.
Not every manager can get a bad player to shine. That's the reality of it.
Yeah, I think people seem to forget that there are managers suited to certain roles in management. For instance, like, you wouldn't want Sam Allardyce to take Man City, but you definitely want him to pick up a relegation squad because he's saving you. Like, that's what he's good at. Like, I don't know whether you remember when he was at Bolton, but at Bolton he was incredible. Like West Ham, he did well at West Ham as well. He did well with a few clubs. He was good at that. The same as I don't think you'd want Pep to come into West Ham if they were on the bottom.
No chance.
I don't.
They're going down. They're
Exactly,
going down.
exactly. So people have to remember that managers are suited to certain roles and doing certain things.
Another thing as well, yeah. Like people say, oh, yeah, for 4 windows and Arsenal can be back amongst challenges for top 4 or pushing the title winners, yeah. But we're not looking at it in a way where these players regress. So you might have thought, oh yeah, these players was good last season, but that's why Fergie was the perfect at moving players on. He knew when it's time for certain players to move on. And it's been so many years that these players have been there doing the same thing over and over. Do you actually think they're off that quality? Forget their technique, because technique is not just what makes a football player good. It's about ambition and having that winning mentality. So you can be technically good, but if you're not playing and you've got the right players around these players, it all falls
Kai
apart.
in the comments.
Kai
will be on Fraud Watch on Friday. I agree with you, Kesh. I just feel for Arteta, he's probably moved into the wrong job.
Wrong job. I totally agree.
Like I don't think he's the wrong man. I think the job's wrong for him.
Wrong for him.
Like the club's not in the place where he'd want to be. If you're already getting top 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was going to get backed.
Yeah.
He was going to get backed, and he knew he was going to be backed through the windows. Mm-hmm. That's a fair gamble.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a fair gamble. It's the same with Ole, right? And you're probably going to. I hope you don't, because it's not a nice thing to happen to a fan base. But the fan base will become more and more divided. The further away you are from the top, further away you are from the trophies, the previous 10 years or whatever it is goes out the window.
Yeah.
For some reason, fans seem to forget that you've been absolutely dog breath for like 15 odd years, and it all comes down to the manager. And the only fix for the club is to bring in a manager who's better at his job. And it's just ridiculous. You could look at Chelsea. Something's not working out. They get rid of the manager and back him again.
Back him again.
If the manager is the one who fails when they don't win things.
That's why I don't understand. This is why I don't understand David and Prime as well. Because Prime said it as well. He says Arteta was back because he got the players that he wanted. He got Gabriel. He got Partey. If you call that backing for me, then boy, something's wrong with you, because you have to look at the expectations of fans that fans want or have, yeah. What you've given the manager to achieve this so-called Champions League, because that's where we want to get back to, yeah, Champions League. How do you achieve that by just giving them 2 players when the rest of the squad has been underperforming for how many years?
Leicester Pool Rovers, yeah. Leicester Pool Rovers are going in there, right? Liverpool are now Leicester Pool. One Prem. They've got all
Leicester Pool Rovers. Don't let Kai hear that. But yeah, no. Cash, was that a question or just a statement or something?
Whatever way you want to take it, you can reply to it if you want.
Oh no, I'm not expecting to. I wasn't going to reply to it.
Oh, okay. No,
I just read that comment and then I got a bit lost. That's why.
He just wanted to know whether he could ask a question upon a question. That's what he was.
No. I actually wasn't going to comment on it. It was just I was reading the comments, and that got me lost a bit. And now it's just like I didn't know if that ended in a question or not. But it doesn't matter. Sorry, continue.
Okay, no. I'll ask you a question, Prime. Why do you feel Arteta's backed when you say that?
I didn't say he was backed. I said that was he not backed?
No.
That's the same thing.
That's my point in what I'm saying.
No, 1 second. 1 second.
Are you genuinely asking whether they feel he was back?
Indiana.
Yeah, because that's what I was being told.
Indiana, 1 second.
About these quality players that are being brought in. So
I was watching the Terrace over again, right, when Claude was on, right, and I heard Samuel say that, oh yeah, they're just saying that he wasn't back. That's a fair point, but neither side is confirmed, really, is it? Neither side's really been confirmed, but I can understand, because I know Kesh was saying it as well, I know Samuel was saying it, and it's a fair point. Like, yes, maybe he might have just said, oh yeah, I'm back, because the Cronkies might have gone in on him, but he did, at the end of the day, say that he was backed. So you can't, there's no confirmed.
You know what I'm saying, you weren't back.
He's going to get Champions League in 3 years. What are you talking about?
Yeah, go on, Kesh. Go on, bro.
You know, I'll say he weren't back here because
1 second, lads.
forget what Arteta wanted. Yeah, other managers before Arteta wanted a left winger. So that to me suggests they wanted to move the Bamian through the centre. So other managers identified a problem area. Emery wanted Zaha. Emery wanted Partey. Emery also wanted a right back when he first came in. They got him Liechtensteiner. So I'm going off previous years, not just this year.
Liechtenstein, I forgot about him.
There you go. So why would a manager bring in Liechtensteiner? And don't forget, he tried to actually make Liechtensteiner a first-team player until
he used to be a baller, Cash.
Yeah, he was a baller. I rated him, but I'm just saying. When
At Juventus, 10 years ago.
He made him play as a first-team role until he saw that, right, this player can't actually handle this league. So
that is
why can't everyone else recognize that we needed a right back? We needed the centre back.
Because you got Bellerin, man. What's wrong with you?
You say that again?
What? You bought Cedric.
Cedric was not Arteta signing.
You got Cedric as well.
Then why was he brought in?
Cedric. Why don't
Tonelli was there. Tonelli was there.
What's happened with
Lining is
Cedric Diggory.
Is mate his pockets while lining his own. That's what happened.
What about what's his name? Pablo Mari.
Get games.
Arteta doesn't want
Pablo Mari played 2 games.
Arteta doesn't want.
Okay, why was he brought in then? Is he an Arteta signing?
Wait.
Yeah, is he an Arteta signing? Is Mari or Pablo Mari, however you say his name, was he an Arteta signing?
I don't believe it's Arteta signing. I think what's happened is Edu's know the Brazilian market. He's identified him and said, "Right, like you was at Man City, you know this player. Okay, he's going for this amount of money, short-term gap. Let's get him in. If you was gonna buy him, you'd have bought him in January. You wouldn't have took him on loan, and then he played 2 games. Then you decide to sign him. That just shows me you're being a cheapskate."
Okay, question then. How many players that Arteta has brought in since he's been manager? So he's had January and the summer window, 2 windows. How many players are Arteta signings then?
I think the only player that's Arteta signing is probably Partey.
No, when is Saliba going to get into this team? I thought he was top quality player as well.
I believe Saliba's got the quality. Bro, look at who we got. You got Mustafi, you got Olden. He told me Saliba's not of certain quality.
It don't make sense.
Come in and play this game. It doesn't make no sense.
Cash, I asked this question about a month ago. The answer I was told was the fact that he's had a death in the family, so he's not mentally there. So I was told by Arsenal fans. So is that true or not?
It could very well be. I don't know. I'm not in a Z, so I wouldn't know. But what I'm going to say is, this is why Arsenal's lacking behind. Because last season, when Saliba was signed, we needed a centre-back. But you decided that you're going to sign him and loan him back out. And especially for the sum of money that they paid for him, it did not add up.
Yeah.
It didn't add up. You need a centre-back, but you loaned him back out. It doesn't make sense.
No, I hear that.
And I know people are saying, oh, that's the only way St. Etienne was going to let us get him. Because obviously Tottenham wanted him as well. That's the only way they're going to let him go. But if you wanted that player, you would have added an extra 5 mil or something and say, no, we want him now.
Honestly, bro, that whole situation right now, I'm starting to wonder.
Saliba's too young. How can you say Saliba's too young? Wesley Fofana is 19. They both had a centre-back partnership.
Yes, but Wesley Fofana, Saliba, the Mbappe centre-backs, okay. Wesley Fofana, as great as he's been in the Prem so far, he's playing with an experienced centre-back who is a leader in Johnny Evans. Who does Saliba have to learn off of? No, you can laugh. It's true. Who does Saliba have to learn off of?
I understand that. No. I understand that. But forget that.
Experience is not world class.
Forget that.
So Johnny Evans world class.
Hold on.
He's a good centre back and he's a leader.
He's a top class.
He's a leader. He's a leader.
Indiana. Him at United. Him at United.
Yeah, he's a leader. He's a leader.
I've got to go, bro. I'm going to talk to you. Thanks for having me on. Anyway,
thanks for coming on, Joe.
Appreciate it. He's a leader.
Anytime.
Yeah, guys, take care. Yeah, see you later.
Yeah.
Take care, mate.
But what I would say, Prime, is
Safe, Jim. Have a good one,
You have to
bro.
look at the situation now of the season. You have to look at the players that have been playing. On that right-hand side, you've got the likes of Bellerin and Olden, who's cost us. Out of all the games we played, they probably cost between both of them probably 6 goals, in all fairness. You can't tell me that you can't put a player in and let him gain experience. Because at the end of the day, you can learn from what's going on here. And Olden now, he's had so many seasons where he's not put up consistent performances. For Olden, yeah, he always turns up in a cup final or semi-final. That's the only time I've seen this guy turn up. He loves those games. But we're not here for those games. You only get those games once come the end of the season. We need someone who's going to come in and step up for Premier League games and put a consistent run of form in a back line and play as a unit. So you chuck the kid in. You chuck him in.
But okay, you can chuck the kid in, and this is not even me denying Saliba's talent, but if he's coming to a new league, he's
It's the same as Gabriel.
He's young.
Right, cool. It's the same as Gabriel.
He's young, but also keep in mind, if I'm assuming it is true, Saliba has had a death in the family and stuff. If he's not all mentally there, that's going to make him potentially even worse or more shaky.
I get that. I do get that. But bruv, sometimes that's the way life is, bruv. You have to fuck it up. It comes down to mentality. You have to show that he's mentally strong.
One second. Before you go, Agal, I need to just say I'm going to go, guys.
I'm not going nowhere.
I'm going to go. All right, lads. So, Indiana, if you need any help, again, I'm here, bro. Lads, I'll see you later. Yeah?
Cool, man.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
listen,
take care.
Before you go and check out GNA TV, man.
Before you go.
Make sure you do that, guys. Thank you.
My bad, guys. I was cutting you off. What I was going to say was, we all know Saliba was supposed to be going out on loan. The reason why we didn't put him in the team was because we had to commit to our team before the loan thing was over. They were still trying to get him out on loan. Even after the international transfer window ended, they tried to get him out on loan to a Premier League team or a championship team. But what happened was our loan system decided that there was no suitable fits, so he's going to end up staying until January, which now looks like a mistake, not putting him in either team.
No, but he's in the team. He can play Premier League games.
Here's the big question, right? How long before you can be the most dangerous team in North London again?
I personally think if we would have went all in going young this year, we would be there by the 3-year time. But the fact that we went and signed the likes of Williams and we still have a lot of old players, until we get rid of them and we fully go youth and just look at developing for the future, because we have to catch the window when City is done and Liverpool's done. We can't wait because this is what Chelsea's doing. Chelsea's capitalizing now on trying to get the young talent now, so when the window of opportunity comes, they're ready. That's what we have to be doing.
But
you know what I'm saying?
But can you do that?
I honestly don't know if we can.
To be the most dangerous team in North London, I don't think it's that hard of a task. Like, I know Spurs is playing very well right now, but I don't see Jose being at that club for more than probably another season after the season's done.
Oh, did you say North London? I was saying the Premier
League. Unless he goes on and wins something this season.
Come on,
and follow up on it next season.
You can laugh at it, but
I was talking about the Premier League. You guys seen by the way I was answering, I wasn't answering the same question Indiana asked me. That's why I didn't want it to come off as if
what I'm asking you is how far ahead of you are Spurs?
Spurs are, I would say, their team is
way better than
a year or two ahead of our team right now. Let's be honest.
A year.
But when you look at individual players, you could say we still have areas in our team that's better than theirs.
When you say things like a year or two ahead, what does that mean?
The team has been together. When you look at our team, it's a lot of parts that have never actually played consistently together. A lot of our players have not had a run of games together as a team. All these guys are bit parts put together as one. We've never actually seen our team play consistently for a long time.
But I don't. Yeah, but it's a bit different. It's a bit different in that they've got a first 11.
No, that's what I mean, Indiana. When have you ever seen our first 11 play a run of games?
But okay, may I ask you, what is your first 11 then?
I don't know what it is.
I feel like the fans do.
I speak to has a different first 11 they want.
I think if me and Kesh did our first 11s right now, it would be very similar. We both pick a back four. We both pick three type midfielders and then 3 attackers. And I feel like all 3 of our formations would have Gabriel, Partey, and Aubameyang, obviously. And then we just switch around Saka's and everybody else. You think, what do you call it? Is Pepe playing in your team?
In whose team?
In Kesh's team. Kesh, is Pepe playing in your team? Or are you going Gabriel and Martinelli?
Depend. If Martinelli was fit, then he wouldn't know.
Okay, so if Martinelli's fit for me, I'm dropping Saka in the 10.
Wait. Do not feel that's too much to put Martinelli in the firing line.
No,
he's a young kid though.
I understand that.
You can kill his career by doing that. So for Man United, I don't want to see Greenwood.
He was the best thing.
As a starter. I don't like it.
He was the best thing in an ugly season, bro.
Apart from Aubameyang, he probably was a shining light.
But then he's got that pressure. At least with Man United, like Pogba always takes the heat. He always takes the heat, even if he's done nothing wrong, like which is disgusting. And I know Greenwood's getting a lot of the heat now. I know that, but we've also got like the Brunos and the Harry Maguires that the media can go at or the fans can go at. I feel for Martinelli, if he comes in with this expectation again from Arsenal fans on a young player, if he doesn't, what will happen if he doesn't perform every single games?
You know what? I don't think.
Well, the expectation is that Martinelli comes in and he's a starter. So there is an expectation.
We haven't mentioned
I don't think when we talk about expectations, I think it's different when you're forward. If you got someone creating for these players, I don't really feel they would feel the expectations. Like Martinelli's shown enough for me that he's a great finisher. Like he's shown that
he is. I rate him.
So
I've told you before. I rate him. I think he's a top. So
player. It's about like listen. Wenger done it for years, and these are young players. You're forgetting Adebayor and these guys came in. Like these are young players that came in and performed.
What do you mean by
didn't you have stronger sides when that happened though?
At that point, no. Like remember the Invincibles broke up.
Mm-hmm.
That team? You had Nasri, you got Fabregas in there, you had Adebayor in there. Rosicky was probably one of the most senior players in that team. You had Gallas. Like there was very young players in that team. Even when Wilshere came through. Like Wilshere didn't fail because the pressure got to him. He failed because of burnout. I would say burnout with going to England and all that, getting called up too soon for international, but also because of his own fault. Sometimes the way he went into challenges. That's why Wilshere didn't have the career what I felt he should have had.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So, the only time I feel like expectations get to players is when they're playing in the most important part of the team. Like as a winger, I feel like you can get away with it. There's not that much pressure on you as a youngster. You just go out there like you've seen with Saka and you express yourself. If you're a main striker now, I feel like there's a lot of expectation because that's your job to carry the team.
But I can't lie. I'm not saying it's you two, but I do hear from a lot of Arsenal fans this whole wait until Martinelli comes back. Martinelli.
Yeah, but of course they're going to say that. The reason why they're going to say that,
that's putting expectations on a young player. You know me. You know I don't want to see them called up for.
He can't save us by himself.
I don't feel that's why fans are saying it. I feel like fans are saying it because they feel Aubameyang's going to get pushed really out. They feel that the only reason Aubameyang's out there is because we ain't got a suitable winger to go out there. But obviously Saka is still there, so you can play Saka.
Yeah.
But I feel they just feel that Arteta is going to end up changing it and going to a 4-3-3. I think that's why fans are pushing it.
Bro, you know me. I gotta go around this time, but I'll tell you something, Indiana. When it comes to Martinelli, Arsenal, everything, I'm just gonna take a wait and see approach. Obviously, if we win a couple games, I'm gonna get excited. I'm gonna talk shit. That's just who I am. But and I might say stuff that later to regret. But hey, if I do that, you be the first one to call me out, Prime. It's perfectly normal.
Egal, listen, here's the thing, and I've said this to you, and I always say this about you. There's nothing wrong with getting excited and backing your side. There's nothing wrong with that. Like you you do, to be fair to you, you do always admit, like, say you were backing your side to win like 2-3-0, you do always admit you're wrong. You hold your hands up, like
Overact, don't be silly, man.
Yeah, everybody
A lot of those
loves
games,
your energy, man.
A lot of those games Martinelli played was
Here he is.
Yes, people, what we saying? What we saying?
What's
you
up,
go.
bro?
I've been
Yeah.
seeing you run your mouth about Arsenal, bro. I just feel to have the pleasure to come online and just say, fuck Arsenal. You're a dead club. Deluded fans. Your manager is not even a poor man's Guardiola. Your manager's probably what? Some Tesco Pulis or something. But anyway, I didn't want to cut you off, bro. Carry on. Let me listen, and I'll put my 2 cents in. Shout out Indiana. Big up Prime. And yes, my brother.
Bobs in the house.
Bits and bobs. Yo, who do you support?
Manchester United, mate. Come on. Come at me. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. We got time. We got time, bro.
Yeah, you caught me at a bad time. I'm headed out. You caught me at a bad time. I'm actually headed out.
Oh, what shame. What shame.
But what I'll tell you is, keep that same energy when we do the double over you guys, okay? Keep that same energy.
Gal, this is no. It's not going to happen.
Someone clip that. Gal, yeah? I'm coming for you, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. I said that at the start of the season.
Gal,
you played us.
Start the season.
Gal, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked you after the Villa game. What's the point of beating Man United if you lose your next game?
Trust me. Come on.
There's no point.
There is no point.
But you can say that to anyone. We know that. But at the end of the day, rivals going to be rivals, bro.
Listen, Manchester United right now are not in a position with the squad that they have in comparison to us to be talking
shit. Who's got the TV on in the background, man?
You guys got a better squad than us. You shouldn't be really talking shit. Because you guys do have a better squad. You guys have better players. You guys should be in a better position. That's just what I'm saying.
I still feel we're quite weak, to be honest. Like,
you guys are still in the Champions League, so enjoy it, mate. Enjoy it. Well, I enjoy it.
I
genuinely enjoy it.
I've got no expectations for United. You know me. You know I haven't.
Hey, Europa League.
I'm just saying, Gal, I'm just saying, that's how you should be feeling about Arsenal. There's no expectations and just enjoy the ride.
Indiana, I'm sorry. I will let my emotions. I will let my emotions get the best of me. And you know what? Come Sunday when we play Leeds, if we score and we're up 2-0, I'll be shameless and I'll celebrate like we're winning Champions League final every game. I don't care. That's who I am.
And I know that will happen.
And you know what? The next game, if we lose to Wolves, I'm not gonna crash and burn. I'm just not with this ups and downs. I'm just gonna stay. I'm just gonna stay high. I'm just gonna stay.
Gal just said, "I'm not with the ups and downs." Trying to be like some R&B singer, boy. I'm not with this ups and downs, bro. R&B singer, yeah. Hey, Gal, what's going on, bro? Your team, bro,
you don't even know.
Shook, man. They've left you shook, bro. Go start listening to some Craig David rhythms or something, bro. Your team are useless. They're about a bunch of useless pagans, bro. They're not even the best team in North London, bro. What's going on? Like, let's talk, bro.
You're not the best team in the North.
Bro, Man United aren't the subject right now. It's you clowns, so let's keep talking. Do you know what I'm saying? Come on, let's talk. Let's talk.
I love bits and
you going away for, bro? Come outside, man. Come on, let's chat. Chat to me, Gal.
Man said come outside. Like this is crap.
Bits and bobs bringing the energy.
Brother,
I love it.
I really gotta go pray before I go to sleep. So I'll talk
no worries, man. No worries, man. Salute to you, bro.
Thanks, Gal. Listen, anybody watching, go and check out his channel, EGTV.
You already know. And yo, bits and bobs, I'll catch you again, bro. I'll catch you again when I'm not on the way out. You know.
Don't worry, bro. Don't worry, bro.
The rebound.
Yeah.
Yo, you don't even know the way I've been sitting on this place. My bed is indented. It has a seat hole.
Gal, you need an office or a little space to like be recording films and stuff like that.
It's tough. What are you gonna do? Anyway.
Peace, bro. Take care.
One down.
I love it, Gal.
Bro, you can't cover it. You can't cover it.
Oi, there's a question, yeah? I want to try and find it. There was a question that said...
Martinelli.
No, I don't know. I think it was something like if Arteta finishes 9th, should he get sacked? I think it was something like that. I want to try and find it.
I think he will get sacked if he finishes 9th. The question actually, I seen earlier was, will Klopp get the sack if he finishes 5th? The answer to that is no.
No.
He won't. I don't think he will.
That's a sackable offense, bro.
It's not though. I think the club will look at the bigger picture. They'll be like, look where Klopp has taken us. We've had all these injuries and COVID. Like, I don't think,
Bro, that's a sackable offense.
I don't think he's getting sacked. I don't think that's happening, you know.
He won't get sacked. He won't get sacked, but that is a sackable offense. Like,
It is a sackable offense.
No matter what the defenders you're missing, that team's still good enough to finish 4th. They should not finish outside of.
Oh no, to finish 4th.
Should finish 4th. That's the lowest they should be finishing.
But the thing is, though, yeah, can I just jump in with that? If Arteta finishes 9th here, listen, do you know what's going to happen, though? They're going to finish 9th, and he'll probably get a cup run. And then Arsenal fans will make noise like, oh, he needs time, he needs the players, yeah. Do you know the problem with Arsenal right now? Is that the fans, are used to seeing their team dominate, yeah. Kesh, I don't know how old are you, bro, but like you're used to probably seeing your team play good football, dominate, And what's happened now, the decline is massive in the sense that you're only getting you're getting dashed FA Cups here and there, but your squad individually, if you look at your squad, and I'm being real, bro, like full cap in here, you haven't even got the top 6 best squad in the Premier League, bro.
I know this.
It's peak, and like. I see some Arsenal fans, not you, bro. Like some Arsenal fans saying that, give him a chance when he's gonna compete. Who's coming to Arsenal, bro? Right now, real talk.
Hold on. Wait, do you guys know that Elneny has coronavirus? Yeah, he's positive for it.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you live on Sesame Street, boy. Come on.
There'll be a good few players over the weekend. You find out for it, bro. Just wait for it.
Out on Sesame Street, hugging up the birds and that, bro.
There'll be so many players that got it, bro. Just wait for it. Come the weekend.
Yeah. There was it reported 16 players or something from international who had coronavirus.
But in terms of the expectation and things like that, I feel the only reason why Arsenal. It's not even expectation. It's just what they expect because the price that we pay for season tickets, and the way the owner carries themselves, they speak as if they want to do things, but they don't do it. They don't carry themselves in the right way.
We know this story, Cash. We're United fans. We already know this.
Change the record, bro. Come on, man. Next excuse. Come on, bro. What's next excuse, bro? About what we pay for season tickets. Come on.
But that is right. No, because if we pay the most expensive season ticket in Europe.
I know you do, but you're still shit though. So come on.
That's why they can it. But that's what I'm trying to say. If you pay,
if the fans are still going to pay the money, Cash,
and you buy something and then it breaks, and you're thinking, bro, this is expensive, bro. You're gonna be mad at it. That's it. So if they lower the season ticket and they have more.
True? Prime, is that true? Is that actually come out? I haven't checked any news.
No, it's true. Yeah, he's got it still.
Mendy's got it.
Oh, Mendy, I don't know. Kepa back in goal.
Imagine.
Also, someone said, "What team does Bots No Bob support?" I think man's mocking your name, bro.
Oh wow! Oh, Yusuf, listen, Joey boy. Just shut your mouth, mate. Keep it going, though. Make sure you like and subscribe, though. But thanks, mate. The more comments and the more media, bro. Keep clicking the likes, guys, and make sure you smash the like.
What would it take for Pep to get sacked? I think if he doesn't win the league this season or the Champions League, I think he's probably just going to go anyway.
Yeah, he'll just walk anyway.
Yeah, but if he signed a new contract.
No, I don't think he did.
I don't think he signed it yet. I don't think. No, he didn't.
I think they wait till the end of the season. Yeah, I think they wait till the end of the season to assess that.
He might even go back to Barca, or he could end up at like a PSG and just this is Pep. He just wants to go places he can win.
Xavi's going there after it.
They've wanted Xavi for years, He's been lined up for.
But Xavi said he won't go back until the president leaves, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah. See, you can respect that, can't you?
Yeah.
There's a guy who loves that club who won't go back there until everything is in place for him to do his job.
Yeah.
Like you can respect that massively.
No, of course, definitely. Yes, definitely. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. They just need to, as I said, if they lower their season tickets and put it at a price where it's respectable, then you can say, right, like, you know what I mean? You'll be more inclined to accepting that you're not going to be challenged at the top, because that's what they promised the fans when they moved to the stadium. They said the season ticket is going to be this, that, because we expect to challenge with the likes of Barca in terms of financially and that. And we haven't been challenging financially.
Yeah, but do you know what to do, right? You know what the Arsenal fans should do? It's straight, as soon as you're allowed back in stadiums, just don't show up. Just don't buy tickets. Don't show up.
I've said that, but you know what happens?
They'll be desperate for the money, man.
No, but remember, this is what they do. If you don't show up as a season ticket holder, there's only a certain time you can not turn up, because then they offer your season ticket to someone on the waiting list.
Someone else, bro. You know, someone's going to pay for it, innit?
You know what I mean? And it comes down to, this is what I mean, like, fans would rather not miss out on a season ticket to save Arsenal. But me as an Arsenal fan, as a true Arsenal, I'm not going to say true Arsenal fan, because every fan is true in it. But me as a respectable Arsenal fan, I'm going to tell you, fuck off. I don't want your season ticket.
No, I'd be the same.
And then when they see no one's coming up and these seats are empty, and I'm not talking about a small section of the stadium empty, when they see that there's no fans, the team's not getting no support, and you got the opposition, you've got bare fans there, bro, he would sell. He would sell.
I'll be honest, I don't even think that's drastic enough.
I'd be like, keep your season ticket, right? Go and
listen,
back out. That's
because did the same thing not kind of happen with Wenger?
No,
as well.
They've still got their season ticket. I'm talking about fans, all the season ticket holders not going. There's still fans that was backing Wenger.
There's always someone who's going to buy them.
Right, again, that's what I'm saying. But it's down to the
problem.
people on the waiting list to say, I don't want it. If you really
my thing is, there'll be people won't go and stuff, and then they'll do something. They'll do like a little quick fix type thing to appease the fans. So it'll probably be like a big money signing or something. Or if Arteta's going to go a bad run, he'll get sacked, and you'll bring in another manager that you guys somewhat want, and you guys will win like another FA Cup or something, and the cycle will just continue. There has to be something long term.
Everyone has to be on the same board. Everyone has to be on the same board. Like, say for instance, the season ended now. The new season's coming up. First 10 games, no fans in there. And you got to do it respectfully and say, like, we know you're trying to trick us. You're going to buy someone to please us, but we're not having it. We want you out. Every fan needs to be on the same page. It's not going to happen. Of course it's not going to happen.
Yo, Yusuf, I support Man United, mate.
The reason it's not going to happen because people are selfish. They're selfish.
Wait, as United fans, we've been trying to get people to stop buying merchandise and spending money at the club.
But the merchandise thing, I don't believe in, because when you look at it, these right, say your club shop, these shirt sales that's already gone in there, they've already got a percentage of the money from Adidas anyway before they even sell.
Yeah, this is true, but if the kits aren't selling, you're going to struggle to get a new deal next time round.
Man, all of them are getting Thomas the Tank Engine on the back, bro. Do you know what I mean? Come on. Party, innit? Come on. Do you know what? That's one thing. That's one thing. Sorry, Brian. That's one thing that I won't give Arsenal fans yet. That he bought Thomas Partey, right? And the funny thing, that was the one signing that annoyed me, because we should have bought Thomas Partey. But you're bringing Thomas Partey, but you're not addressing your other
problems.
Arsenal.
He chose Arsenal.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. No, I know he chose Arsenal. Of course he's going to choose Arsenal. Come on. He's African. If you're going to pick Manchester or London, you're going to pick London.
No, you know what surprised me as well? I read today, and I don't like this guy, Adebayor. He advised him to go to Arsenal. And I was really surprised at that. He's just like, no, like, Arsenal is the team for you. He's like, Priority Party told him that Man United shared their interest and a few other teams, and he said, no, choose Arsenal.
But if you look at the history of African players, and I'm going to say, if you look at the history of black players,
Chelsea or Arsenal.
Chelsea, Arsenal. Yeah. And you know, bro, I'm Nigerian, bro, so like, Nigerian and Scottish, bro, so to be honest, it makes sense because there's a bigger community
following
in London. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? It's not like back in the day, bro, like when it was beef, do you know what I mean? Ops on side, like I can't mix with man. Nah, bro, these men are chilling and going out with each other. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you?
And if you're from a country where in Africa where a French dialect of some sort, like, then it's going to make sense that you're going to choose Arsenal because the whole thing of watching likes of like Henri and everyone, Wenger is a big part. Even Drogba has said growing up he did admire Arsenal. He was an Arsenal fan, so like it does make sense.
Well, that's exactly what I would add on. Yeah, like for years and years, Arsenal's signed players that after a year they ain't even got a resale value. So I'll have to give Arteta credit for that because right now, if Arsenal went to sell Partey next season, they could easily get an extra 20 to 30 mil on top of that. You know what I'm saying? None of our players that we've buyed over the last few years, we can't make a profit back off. Like Gabriel now, you can go and get a 40 mil for him if you really wanted to. And that's go on.
Sorry, no, you carry on. Beg your pardon. I'm sorry.
Obviously, that's where Arsenal struggle because we don't like to spend a lot. Like we spend, but it's normally from sustainable. So whatever money we've made off players, and over the last few years, we've lost so many players for free because their contract runs down and no one wants to buy them.
Yeah, that's the massive. There's a massive problem for me with fees and wages, and I don't know how this has happened. Well, I do, but I don't know how we stop this in football. Like
there should have been a cap. There's no way it's going to stop.
There should be a cap. There should be. But how are you going to do that now?
No, I don't know if I agree with a cap, bro. I don't know if I agree with that.
Yeah, man, it should have been a cap.
Right.
Just
do you know
people's wages.
If you put a cap on wages, yeah.
Bro, okay.
Football would be.
Let me ask you this, yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Tesco's, you pass the security man, you fist pump uncle, then you go to the cashier, yeah. Should they be paid the same? Should there be a wage cap? Should they be the same? Some people have different.
Because it will still work because the players that shouldn't be getting a certain amount of money wouldn't be getting that, and the players that should would be getting that. So it still works in the same way.
Maybe
you said players that should and players that shouldn't. How do you dictate who should and shouldn't be getting what money?
The ones that perform should obviously be getting the highest towards the wage gap, and the ones that don't perform, like there's players that go to clubs that don't perform or showed anything of why they should be getting so much.
Then how long do you judge that form on? Because Aubameyang, world-class goal scorer, but he has not performed this season thus far. So does that mean he shouldn't be getting
but you can't compare that. But the reason why you can't compare that because he deserved that off the back of last season.
But he's not. He's not sustaining it though.
How long?
No, he's not. But obviously, when you're in that situation, then that's your problem. You've obviously done that.
Yeah, I know. But
do we think the wages?
That's what I'm saying. When do you judge that on, or how long do you judge that for? Because you can say judge it over a 2-3 year period. That's fine, cool. Yeah. You can do that. Or do you judge it on a month by month basis? Or
over a 2 year period, you can't judge it month by month.
Do we think the wages should be lower? But the wages should be lower.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do you know what? If you deep it, if you analyze it, Kesha, I get what you're saying, and 100% I do. Do you know what? As much as I don't agree with some of the stuff, but I agree with this little point you're making. But do you know? Check Liverpool. Yeah, as much as I hate to mention that shit club, yeah, Liverpool. See if you look at their contracts. Obviously, we can't, but if you read about it, performance incentive. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
You want like Trent Alexander's getting like 50 grand a week.
Yeah.
Trent Alexander, a Champions League winner, a league winner, yeah. Mm-hmm. But my man, bloody, what's his name? Brenda Williams is on like 60, 70 grand a week. Not done. Not even Not even cut shapes. Not even cut shapes. Not even drag the ball back. Not even 1-2s. Yeah.
Ridiculous, bro.
On that kind of money. So I hear what you're saying on that. But do you know what it is? It's called structure, bro. It's called structure.
Yeah. And that's the thing. That's
people in the club.
That's what pisses me off as well, yeah, because for years Arsenal was known for having a weight structure, and we've just fucked it up over the Wenger's last year, yeah. Gazidis is the main problem for this, like
peer pressure,
since he gave Ozil that thing, yeah, I see guys getting 250 mil. I see Laka's wages going up to, I think it's 180 or something now. I'm thinking, bro, these players like Laka don't even get into the French squad. And you're telling me he should be on that much? Like, it doesn't add up to me. Like, he's never scored over 15 goals a season in the league. And you're telling me, come on, man. Like we mess up our wage structure. It's ridiculous, bro.
But you
It's
need to remember
crazy.
the situation, though. You need to remember the situation, though. You guys were in. You know, for some reason, you guys let those guys run their contracts down, and then something had to give. So you either give the money or you allow them to go to a rival club, probably get the same, but
Listen,
then
you've got to
But I
sometimes.
don't understand that. I don't understand that. If you don't want that player anyway, you don't want him anyway. He doesn't fit your plans. He doesn't fit your system. You don't want him there. Doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter, if he goes to a rival.
Sometimes in life you got to take it L and move, bro.
Free Ozil, man.
Take it L and move, bro. Honestly.
Free Ozil, bro.
That is the problem. That's why Aubameyang went on those wages. He's like, you do realize Ozil's here.
on that.
He's not
That's
even
exactly
playing
right.
games.
Because if Ozil were on that, Aubameyang would never have got that. Never.
No. And
It's
now
like-
the next
like-
big player you
hold
want to
on.
bring in is going to be saying Ozil's on the bench on that. Aubameyang's on this.
It's like Hudson-Odoi when he got his contract. Bro, at the start of this summer window, Tammy's piping up about he wants the same wages and that. I'm thinking, you think Chelsea, who's planning to bring in Werner, is going to give you that? But then Werner to say, bro, like Tammy's on that. Come on, bro. You don't do that. You don't do that. Crazy, bro. It's crazy. You're on mute, I think. I can't hear you.
No, I'm saying, Jamie Abraham, shout out Rance for that saying, man. He needs to see when players like that, they just need to be humble and respect themselves. You know what I mean?
Humble.
Just
humble.
you know when them ones here, you know when you're playing your sibling at FIFA
Yeah.
and they're making noise and you slap them 5-0 and you give them that look like, oi, respect yourself. You know what I mean? You know that one, just respect yourself, yeah? That's what Jamie Abraham needs to do, bro. Like, imagine, the funny thing is, though, yeah, like, do you know what? Like, deep it, guys. Footballers these days don't have to do much to get big money now. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you?
It's true.
Back in the day, yeah, let's look at our clubs, right? Including Chelsea, right? Let's look at our clubs, yeah. Yeah. Look. When did you even see when John Terry was earning 100 grand? No one bat an eyelid, yeah. Roy Keane was earning 100 grand. No one bat an eyelid. Do you know what I'm saying? Patrick Vieira, Thierry were earning money.
Inflation as well, though.
Yeah, but hear me out, Indy, right? These men were performers. Do you know what I mean? There was no debate. You knew what you were getting.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm trying to say to you? You know Roy Keane, Vieira, JT were going to die on that pitch for 3 points. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? But now, yeah, I'm seeing some honky-dory, some nonsense, earning like 100k plus.
That's true.
So
what
if players were put on a wage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they had a maximum wage, but they would only get 50%, like a basic wage, unless they hit those targets.
Performance related targets. So they would get a 50% basic. If they're on 100 grand a week, they're guaranteed 50. They have a good performance.
Yeah.
They hit their targets. They get that 100 grand. Would that work in football?
I think it would.
Do we not already have that?
We do have that, but you need to look at the agents.
Sorry, let me. I'm talking about a cap. So I'm talking about a cap of basic wage. Mm. So you could put players on a maximum of say 50 grand a week, right? Mm-hmm. Unless they hit those performance related targets, then that's down to the club what they want to pay them.
Like they set it at the start of the season. Yeah, I get it. That would work. I think that would work.
Yeah, of course, bro. The big smoke. Come on.
Sorry, Cash, go on.
Listen, the way you have to look at it, yeah, it's the Premier League that does this. Because if you look in the Liga, yeah, there's guys that's on wages that guys in the Championship gets. Like, if you look beyond the Barca, the Madrid, Atletico, all the other teams, if you ask them their wages, they're probably not even on more than what Championship players are getting.
All I'm seeing is knees and laptops, mate. What's going on?
Yeah, man, it's so easy, bro. It's so easy, honestly. So easy.
What do you think, Brian?
Fine, we say cap it at 50 grand a week, and then you say performance related. How do you define what's performance related then? What? Because, for example, okay, Jack Grealish last season was by far one of the best players in the Premier League. Villa almost got relegated, and I know they stayed up, but the rest of that team was poor. So does Grealish still get his bonuses and installments and stuff? But yeah, the team as a whole was poor. Look at Norwich last season. Todd Cantwell, Max Aarons, Jamal Lewis, they were standouts in that team. But do they still get their installments and added bonuses because Norwich got relegated? So how does that work?
Euros.
If Liverpool, for example, they won the league last season, but Brewster got a Premier League medal. He didn't play many games. He was not a part of the squad, really.
Yeah, but we understand that.
How does that work?
You got to structure it in a certain way where you can work that out. And obviously, you have to think deeper into it to structure that. But you have to understand the concept of what we're talking about. Whether you're going to do it single-handedly for each player, that's the way you have to do it, innit? But it's a deep.
Look at this man. This guy makes me laugh so much.
Is that Mendy? Hey, Mendy, what are you saying, bro?
Jumping on my stream all naked and that. What's wrong with you?
Mendy, I swear down you got COVID. What are you saying, bro?
You've been sat on the toilet all this time, waiting.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I was in bed.
Yeah, we know you were.
I love this man.
What are we talking about, mate?
Talking about Mendy's. Mendy's got COVID.
We're talking about how you flopping on the terrace for Chelsea fans.
Better check and go, please. Now.
No, Monster, it's a joke. He doesn't have COVID.
It's a joke.
Someone was messing. He doesn't have COVID.
Okay, good. If he had COVID, I want check and go. No one else.
Monster's about to
Monster, do you think we're going to see that?
I think we will.
Carl and Cup, bro. Carl and Cup. Trust me, watch.
Bruv, imagine that.
To that, you know.
Imagine that, though.
Listen, do you know what? If you're Kepa, if you're Kepa, yeah,
I'm suing.
Frank Lampard is not driving his car. Do you hear what I'm trying to say to you? Frank Lampard is not driving his car, bro. I'm slashing tires. I'm smashing windows. If I'm Kepa, boy.
Wow.
I think
you've got to file a lawsuit if that happens.
I think effectively Kepa's career is over, man.
Yeah,
like Karius is still at Liverpool, but he's
off to play in Turkey or something, isn't he? Or China. I don't even know about China, actually.
Bro.
No, I think, did he not come back?
Kepa went out on loan. He went out on loan in Germany. Union Berlin or something like that.
He did go out on loan again.
Karius, yeah.
Okay.
They're not doing too bad, to be fair.
I don't think he's a bad keeper, man. I think he just made mistakes in that final.
Yeah. And they didn't give him a chance to redeem himself, innit?
Yeah.
But it's the manner, though, Monster, innit? Let's be honest, bro.
Yeah, he
it's
basically.
The manner. Do you know what I mean?
He gave Real Madrid that Champions League final, man. He literally handed it to them on the
he didn't. Liverpool didn't deserve to win it anyway.
No, but he made. If take away his mistakes, it was 1-1. And even that Gareth Bale's goal, I think he was there. Like he could have caught that.
What? Why is football now about stat padding, about stats and stuff?
I'm telling you, bro, the stat padding thing is mad.
Listen, right now, yeah. Oi, lads, let me ask you this question, okay? You're a top 6 chairman. Are you signing Jamie Abraham? Yes or no? We move. We move.
Tammy's stat padding though, man.
I take him. I take him at United to come off the bench. Definitely.
Yeah, off the bench.
FC United, yeah, not Man United.
Listen, I've watched that guy play live a lot of times. Trust me. Like his movement in the box is actually pretty good. Yeah, he's not as bad as people make out he is at all. The guy can finish and he works hard.
The last about 5 or 6 games, he's actually surprised me. I think Tammy, Mason Mount, man. They've been playing really well, man.
He's a good rotation player. He's a good rotation player.
At best, Kesh. Do you know what I mean? At best.
But here's the thing: this is what happens when you play with better players around you. Now, for Tammy, instead of getting service solely from Mount and Willian, he's getting service from Ziyech.
I think Tammy's better than Calvert-Lewin, man.
Listen.
Monsters here.
Monster, you need to stop. You need to relax, bro. You maybe have to get back to sleep or something, bro. You alright?
Listen, he's better, man. He's better.
You've been creating Chelsea fans for the past few days. Stop. I beg you.
No. He's better than Calvert-Lewin, man. He is.
What do you think?
Whoa, boy. Monster.
Yeah.
You alright?
He had last
I'm
season.
not sure about this one.
He had a better season last season. This season, he hasn't really. Well, since he's actually played, he's been very influential for Chelsea. Very influential.
But you see how you said last season though. If you look at Calvert-Lewin, he wasn't a main figure of the Everton team until like towards the back end of the season.
What was he doing?
Playing,
you know what I'm trying to say to you? Yeah, but nah, man.
But wasn't he playing?
Not at the start. Not at the start. I don't remember him playing at the start. No.
If DCL plays for Chelsea, he gets a better goal return than
not necessarily. Not
necessarily. 100% think so.
Listen, at the end of the day, you got to make things happen.
He does make things happen though.
Look what he's doing with just James. Imagine if he had Ziyech.
No. Ziyech is only the last 2 games. Pulisic has barely played this season. It's not the same, bro. My man has James. He's got Alan.
No, but overall,
Alan's not a creative player, bro.
Alan's not a creative player. Alan, I don't even rate Alan, bro.
Alan chills at the halfway line. Man, come on. He's a Richardson, isn't it?
Richardson.
He's been out, bro. So what's the next one? Come on, G.
He's been out for how many games? What, 2 games?
3 games, bro.
In those 3 games, has Calvert-Lewin scored?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think he has.
I'm sure he did.
When's the last time he scored? Because I know he's on a little drought now.
Yeah, he's on a little drought now.
That's due to Monster. Even you can admit that's due to lack of service.
Lack of service, without a doubt.
But they're arguing that he has no service. So Richarlison, like, you're not.
What you have to understand is, that Everton team, as good as they've started performing, without Richarlison, he gets isolated because Ames comes inside anyway.
Monster, you might be on fraud watch on Friday.
No. Tammy's proven. I think it's just this season. Fair enough. Calvert-Lewin's doing all right, but when you look at their game, when you watch them play, you can see Tammy's a better player. Tammy makes things happen. Do you know what I mean? He's better on the ball, better hold up play.
They're different players.
They're very different.
They're not though.
They're different
Tammy
players.
is not better. No, Monster. Tammy's not better at hold up play. Tammy's not better at hold up play.
Tammy's hold up play is better than Calvert-Lewin.
No, he's not. No.
Yes, he is.
No.
The only thing I'll argue Calvert-Lewin has better than him is his heading ability. Calvert-Lewin's good in the air. Tammy, not necessarily, but everything else, Tammy's a better player.
Shout out Mohammed.
Tammy beats defenders better than he does as well.
Yeah, but they're different players. That's what I'm saying.
Tammy does beat defenders.
Beats them with a stick. Never mind, not with pace. Tammy don't drop the shoulder. What are you talking about?
Bro, who was it? Who did he beat? Which game was it? Last season. I think it was it Wolves?
Last season. Wolves. What? Connor Cody in them. Come on.
Didn't he do some Arsenal players dirty as well? Didn't he do Arsenal?
He's got more goals against the big.
Boy, listen. Me and you could do Arsenal players dirty, bro. Come on.
Monster. He spun Mustafi.
Oh, Mustafi's shit anyway.
For the rivals.
Now what man's doing now, yeah? Man's a stat patching against Mustafa, whatever his name is.
Listen.
Yes, he has.
Listen.
Yes, he has, Mohammed. Don't worry.
Monster, you know this thing now with Kepa, there's a Kepa tax. So any goal scored against Kepa is taken away from your tally. The same thing has to be counted for Mustafi, bro.
Nah, it doesn't work like that.
It is. That's what I said last season. When Tammy scored against Arsenal, I didn't count it because I want to see him score against City, United, Liverpool, Spurs, Leicester.
He scored against Liverpool. He scored against Liverpool.
Wait, hold on. Did we not see Morata rip Mustafi? Like, you can't cut that off.
Yeah, but didn't Mustafi get like the best stats for a centre back one season?
But that's what I'm saying. Stats means nothing without the eye test. it means
Wait,
nothing.
hold on. Exactly, Winter Surfer. He just said it there. Tammy did score a hat-trick against Wolves, against Connor Cody
You
as
can
well.
always rely on the Winter Surfer, man. He always comes in with the facts.
Winter Surfer. Hey, salute to Winter Surfer, boy.
He got you there.
Who did Everton score their hat-trick against? Who did Dominic score his hat-trick against this season? Because we got a hat-trick this season still. Was it not the first game? Who did they play?
I can't remember.
It was either the first or second game. I'm gonna check it now.
The only thing is, the reason why I think it's not going to be a fair.
I'm not sure.
Why I think
was actually against West Ham, yeah.
Why I think it's not going to be necessarily the fairest comparison is that Dominic Calvert-Lewin is going to get more games in it. But so far this season, Tammy has either got a goal or assist in every start. If I'm not wrong, do you know what I mean? He's been
We'll have to check that.
Monster. Sorry to cut you off. If Everton sign, okay, here is: do Everton sign Tammy Abraham? Yes or no?
What do you mean?
Well, if Abraham was at Everton, does he play ahead of DCL?
I don't know. It depends on the manager, bro.
They're very different. They're very different strikers.
He scored against Liverpool, yeah. He scored against Liverpool, yeah. He scored against Brighton. I think he scored against Palace as well.
Fact check Kesh. He's on it.
He scored a hat-trick against
Wolves.
West Brom. He scored against Tottenham. So he scored against two big teams already this season. Winners as well. Well, one was a winner, one was the equaliser against Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
How many big teams has Tammy scored against, apart from Arsenal? Don't even count Arsenal.
He scored
don't count the reserves. Don't count the reserves.
Oh, don't say
count
don't count
Arsenal
Arsenal,
anyway.
bro. Arsenal are still a big team.
Arsenal's got a terrible team, terrible defense. That's what I'm saying. Terrible defense. Dominic scored against.
To be fair, right, the only place that Arsenal have really strengthened is in defence.
Yeah, but they still got holes in it, Indiana. Polo FC, boy. Holes through the middle, man. Come on. What are we saying?
Last season he scored against.
He's got a Aubameyang in left wing back. What are you talking about?
A Boomerang playing. Well, bro, don't even get me started on that Uber, bro. Anyway.
He scored against Liverpool as well.
Who scored? What, Liverpool 23s?
Tammy scored against Liverpool last season.
What?
All I know is I've seen Tammy play live a few times, right? Albeit in the Championship. Like, actually, a lot of times. But
he was good in the Championship, though.
The space he gets into, man. Like, his finishes and his work rate. Like, he's a brave player. I rate him. I'm not saying he's going to be world class. He's definitely not the best striker at Chelsea. But I can see why Frank's keeping him around.
Yeah,
but you see it already this season. Have you not seen the way he's linked up with Werner and even with Havertz this season?
It's a better team. Like, we all know.
Thank you.
As good as Richarlison can be, he's very inconsistent. Very 100%. Inconsistent. And if you look deeper in your midfield, you got a Jorginho. Bruv, you saw the ball he played for Tammy last season, bruv. Come on, bruv.
Allow it, man.
Look at the distribution you've got in your team.
Someone saying Mikael Dyche in the comments.
I think if Tammy goes Everton, he will kill it there as well, man. I think so.
I'm not saying he wouldn't, but if he's better than him, you would swap him. I don't think Everton would swap.
I think they will.
I don't think they would swap.
I think they're both on the same level, personally.
No. I've seen Dominic Calvert-Lewin, like, when he's on the ball, not in front of goal, on the ball, he's shocking, bruv.
To be honest, Tammy Abraham's Nigerian, innit? So I still back him. I still back Tammy because he's Nigerian, though. So yeah.
Tammy's English, bro. Tammy's English, bro. Tammy's English.
Hold on. Watkins and Dominic Calvert-Lewin is nothing alike. I think Tammy and Watkins is probably more of a comparison, in fairness. Because if you actually watch Watkins before he was actually moving to a centre forward position, he was a winger. He was a left winger before that.
Oh yeah, Tammy did score against Spurs, didn't he?
No, because Giroud played both games. Tammy didn't score against Spurs.
You're not serious, man. You're not serious.
Monster, Tammy didn't score against Spurs. Giroud played both games. Unless I'm wrong and someone can bring up the stats for it. I don't think he played both games.
I think the first game Tammy scored. I remember
Let me check it.
I can't even remember, man.
Actually, Ralph makes a great comment there. He's like, I can see Arsenal buying Tammy in a few years.
He's an Arsenal fan.
Chelsea ain't selling, bro.
I think they're gonna buy Johnny Drinkwater. You know.
He's an Arsenal fan, mate.
Listen, do you know what it is, yeah? Listen, do you know Arsenal and Chelsea? Yeah? Arsenal got Chelsea as like that big brother thing. You know when your mum and dad have another kid and they have another boy, so you just pass down the clothes. That's all it is, bro.
I ain't gonna
just
lie,
hand me downs, bro. That's it. Chelsea are just like Arsenal. Chelsea dash Arsenal. They're used players, bro. That's all it is.
I can see Arsenal buying Watkins. I can't even lie to you.
Ollie Watkins, that guy's 50 mil.
You ain't get. You ain't get.
Spot. Go check
You give that price tag.
Kesh,
who's gonna pay it?
Kesh,
you're not paying 50 mil.
You're not getting any Aston Villa players that are
not right now, bro.
Not
right now.
Not that performing.
Bro.
No.
Bro, listen. If Arsenal wants Watkins, they will get Watkins.
No, they won't.
Bro, why you acting like Arsenal on a big man team? Come on,
he's
Kesh.
an Arsenal supporter, bro.
Humble yourself, bro.
Arsenal wanted Grealish as well.
He was twerking for
Arsenal went to Villa. Arsenal were not getting Grealish.
Only way you're not getting Watkins.
Probably getting Ramsey back.
Bro.
Listen, Aston Villa are not selling Grealish. They're not selling Watkins. They're not selling any of them.
You think
bro,
that.
Arsenal got a better chance of getting Watsits. Never mind Watkins, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to tell
get
you?
Watkins. If we put the money in, we'll get Watkins.
You'll get Watsits, bro, not Watkins.
Listen, this league is so open. It's there for the taking, man. Like, the one thing I keep saying is, do not go to the bookies and put all your money on one team, man. Because trust me, like, it could be anyone. Anyone can swoop in and do it. You know it.
No,
What's Prime laughing?
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is Twitter. Oh, it's funny. Oh my god.
Share it, Prime. We're on you live.
Oh, bruv. Do you see what's it called today? Ligana talk about Saka.
Nah.
What did he say about Saka?
What did he say? Something about he's regressed and basically saying he's gone shit or some shit like that.
Do you know
what? He's onto Saka
he just
already.
Loves a bit of negativity. He just loves a bit of negativity.
I think DT commented like saying, brother, and you call yourself an Arsenal supporter. Like
yeah,
that.
DT indirected.
May I ask what exactly did he say?
Let me go.
To be honest, yeah, when I watched that England game, yeah, I was impressed with Saka and Grealish on that left hand side.
Even Rams is in the comments, man. Big up Rams.
I was impressed with Saka and Grealish, man. I like the way Saka plays.
That's going on fraud watch, by the way.
Listen.
What is?
Nottingham Forest will win the league.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah, right.
Monster, I'm with you, you know. Saka's a baller, bro. And like,
Matt Cass is going on for a walk.
The thing about Saka, yeah, is like, if you saw, obviously, he got education at left back, yeah, then at left wing back, and then at left midfield, yeah. But my guy's a winger, bro. You know, like he's got like the old school education where, like, I don't know if any of you have played football, but you know when you go to a senior club, yeah, and say you're a midfielder, they play you. It's like the Ajax thing, what they do in Holland. They play you centre back, they play you right back, so you can have an understanding of football.
Yeah,
bro.
So
you know what I'm trying to say to you?
That's the way it should be.
Do you know what I'm saying to you? Do you know what I'm saying to you too? And like, if he's saying he's on the decline, your Gunner needs to find a new sport, bro. Seriously.
Yeah.
Or he needs to go on holiday again or something, bro. Do you know what I mean?
The one player.
Listen, everybody, like the stream, subscribe, share it. We're gonna have like 5 minutes and we're going home.
The one player I wasn't impressed with in that England game was Harry Kane, man. He's a selfish player.
He's a pussy.
Who's a selfish player?
I think. Listen, what Lee Gunner said, I don't know what he said because I didn't watch it. I didn't watch what Lee Gunner said or anything, so I don't know what he said. But I've said this a few times. If with Saka, if he keeps getting pushed out wide and stuff, yeah, you're going to get a better footballing knowledge, but you playing your best position and strengthening in that position will be taken away. Look at someone like James Milner. Utility player, can play in every position, phenomenal. But he hasn't been a specialist in some position. I think maybe that could happen to Saka if he keeps getting pushed left wing back, left back, left winger, right winger, playing 10. I hopefully it doesn't happen because he is a talent, but
I disagree.
It's a thought.
If you look at the Dutch, yeah, they do it with all their players.
Thank you. Trust
That's
me.
that way they can play any system.
Look at Donny van de Beek, bro.
They do, true, but listen,
He's a
that is
young
the
player.
Dutch, and they've
Nathan
been doing
Ake.
that for years.
Yeah, but-
They've
but
excelled in
listen,
coaching
Saka plays wing back, yeah? Any formation he plays wing back. It's not far off being a winger. It's not far off. You're going like he's playing centre mid. It's not far off.
Listen,
Saka
I'm not
can
saying it. No, I'm not saying
definitely
it
play left
well. I'm saying maybe it is a bit of a thought that he just has to play and excel in his best position. And again, that might be due to the fact that if Arsenal go out and buy another centre back, or if Saliba comes and he actually develops, it means Gabriel plays left side of centre back, Tierney can play left wing back, and Saka can play left wing or right wing or whatever.
It will be a problem if he was playing that in his late 20s. Bro, the guy's 19, bro. He could do that at his age.
No, I'm not saying it will. I'm not saying it's a problem now. I'm saying maybe it will be a problem.
I doubt it
in the future.
You know why? You know why you can't say that? Because another manager come in, are they gonna play wing backs? You know what I mean?
Cool, but if he's playing left back?
Huh?
I'd rather have.
What if he's playing left back then?
Who?
Saka. You said another manager comes in. If another manager comes in, what if Saka then plays left back or something?
I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
All right. Well, I'm just saying it is a thought. I'm not saying it will happen, but
I don't know about Saka defensively, man. I remember, if I can remember correctly, last season, Hudson-Odoi was tearing that boy apart last season, and
yeah, he's not a left back, is he? He's not a left back.
No. I know, but how many times is he gonna come across a player like Hudson-Odoi though every week? Do you know what I'm trying to say to you?
I actually play a winger at left back.
What? Bro, this guy doesn't understand what we're saying, man. I can't speak.
Yeah, I think the whole Dutch thing. It's all through it's because it's all through the academy, right? The way when they're kids, that's where the Dutch thing comes from. They're not talking about like you would what?
40 mil for Saka. I take Saka.
Yeah, so I think Saka's a good player, but the
Bro,
whole Dutch thing,
you better make
playing a Dutch striker in goal.
You think we're selling the Wemby for 35 and then selling Saka for 5 mil more?
I think your club is, yes.
No.
I think your club
You need
is,
to add
yes.
you need to add some Indomie and some plantain on that, boy. Do you know what I mean? For
how much
40
do you
million.
think Saka is?
How much I think Saka is?
Yeah.
In this market?
Yeah.
Easily 50 mil.
Listen, man, it's late. I think we should wrap it up.
No, it is low, but obviously you're gonna add the English tax. But I'm saying without the English tax, it's easily 50 mil.
I think he's more than that, Kesh. Do you know why? Because he's 19 and he's playing in the England team right now.
No, but I'm saying that's without the English tax.
Man.
Obviously, the English tax, you're gonna add it. Oh, it's gonna be about
international tax.
And that's why he's going to stay at Arsenal, because no one's going to give him that money.
How long is his contract left?
He just signed a new one.
I know. How long is the contract left?
I don't know. Was it 4?
No.
So this season, so he's got 4 more years left.
4 more years. Okay, so there's that Arsenal tax where he'll run out his contract. So it's cool.
I doubt it.
What's with the late night streams? Because some of us work during the day. And have children that run around, man.
Trust me.
It's just the way it is, round. You students can pop on and off whenever you like.
Oh, Monster.
We're gonna wrap it up now.
Before you wrap up,
I gotta get up in the morning.
Nah, no worries, bro. I'll ask you after, innit?
Yeah. Check out on Thursday. We've got a United stream coming out, which I'm really looking forward to.
Is it? Okay.
I can't wait for that one. Why Ollie out is just wasted energy, basically. It's not a debate of whether he's a good enough manager. It's just where you should be directing your energy. And Friday night, I'm really looking forward to the Fraud Watch, man. That should be good. That'll be funny. That'll be interesting. And O'Shea will be a topic. That's going to happen. And I know Kai's coming on, so Arsenal are going to be a topic. That's going to happen. So
18 viewers in the chat. Big up everyone that's here.
100%.
All the guests that came on, Kesh, Bits and Bobs, Monster, Igal, Jen.
Ads.
I might forget anyone else. So many people came on. If you find anything that you think needs to be called out that may be fraudulent, for example, Liverpool being Galacticos, Leeds United having no history, Is there anything else? Maybe Southgate being a fraud, whatever it may be.
Tammy
He's a fraud.
Abraham's better than
1000% a fraud.
Calvert-Lewin.
Tammy
Chelsea
Abraham
are
being
gonna
better than
win the
Calvert-Lewin.
1000%.
Monster failing
Pray
for
for the rivals.
Monster failing to defend Chelsea fans. Make sure you hashtag fraud watch and you at the first 11 on Twitter.
When did I fail to defend Chelsea fans? What are you talking about?
Monster, you've been failing. Rand's put you in a spliff.
Yeah, I was gonna hit you, bro. Rand's moved to you, bro, about Monster Munch, you know. I saw that, bro. Monster Munch, you know.
I can't
Coming
lie.
like Pac-Man, not even Monster.
He with that Monster Munch, I can't lie. When I came on, I had points. When he said that, it threw me off. Like I
he said it so casual.
I wanted to bust out laughing on the floor, innit? But it threw me off. It threw me off. I can't lie. It threw me off, bruv. He got me, man. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Monster, shout out your socials, man. What you up to? What's coming up?
You lot, I ain't really got nothing coming up yet. Not yet anyway, but you lot know me, Monster CFC, on everything, innit? Do you know what I mean?
And he will be on this channel. I got a 1-to-1 interview with Monster.
Oh, yeah.
That's coming up soon. I can't wait for that one.
What about your live streams, Monster, that you do?
I might do one tomorrow. Just depends. I want to do some, obviously, because obviously I go uni and that. Got to keep practicing, innit? Practicing my programming skills.
Big up.
Exactly. Bits and
That's why I've
bobs.
been silent.
Yeah, so what? Yeah, so what? It's your boy, Bits and Bobs. Yo, guys, thanks for having me, man. Check out my YouTube channel, Bits and Bobs. Repping Scotland, as you can hear in the accent. I bring the pepper soup, the plantain, the everything, yeah? Even the Iron Brew, trust me. Check out my Twitter. My Twitter handle's up there. Okay, make sure you like and subscribe to the First 11. Yo, Kesha, nice meeting you, bro. Monster, nice to actually speak with you as well, man. Indeed. Perfect, seriously. All right, Prime, tomorrow, man. We go do the international wrap-up. Make sure you look out for that, guys. Yeah. It was blessed.
Kesh, shout yourself out, bro.
That's just on Twitter. That's Kesh AFC04.
Yeah, and yeah, I'm Animus Prime on Twitter. I've also created my own YouTube channel as well. So
check that out, people.
Streams coming soon. It's been 2 hours, 20 minutes. Let's end this.
Let's end this. Let's go.